Yeah, they hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate, elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate, yeah. I had to elevate. I'm way too fly, yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got a soul view to myself. Yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they want to come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Squatting all black like we trapped in the matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with. I ain't make it this far for myself, yeah. I had to prove to everybody else, I had to set them straight, yeah. I had to ball, so I had to renovate, I know. They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment.
What up, Ray Davis?
What's up, Clay?
Man, we are outside, man. We definitely outside. Salute to the 3 people in the chat right now.
Right.
We'll stack them in a little bit as they coming in, man. A lot to catch up on. RC, salute, RC. Salute to
peace, RC.
Let's remember to hit the likes on the way in. We got a lot to talk about tonight, man. Salute to T. Orlando Pearson. Freaking Flyer, salute. So, giving you guys a heads up. I don't got no Gervonta Tank Davis, no Devon Haney, maybe a little bit of Ron Garcia news, but I know that's what's popping right now. We got actually boxing to talk about, actual fights that happen. We're going to talk about the 5-on-5 card, of course. We're going to talk about fights coming up this weekend. We got Adrian Broner and Bled Cobbs coming up. And obviously, I know we all anticipating Tank Davis, Frank Martin, and also Subriel Matias and Liam Paro next weekend as well. So we got a lot of boxing to talk about. Salute to Echo in the building. Echo, salute. No more Haney Ryan talk. Hey, T. Orlando, I promise you, we got to, I don't, maybe in the like third hour, if we go that far and we just really have nothing to talk about.
Let's do it, T. Orlando.
I'm
just kidding.
We got so much boxing to talk about, and I really mean it. We had a great event this weekend, 5-on-5. I'm hoping you guys really caught those fights because that was just an amazing card. Salute Frequent. That was an amazing card, you know what I mean?
Frequent.
That's why we call it recalibration, you know what I'm saying? The name of you saw the thumbnail says recalibration. We just got to get focused on boxing more, man. There's so much boxing going on, and we just getting lost in the sauce with the, the easy work, which is the drama of Devon Haney, Ryan Garcia, and Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? That's the easy work. Let's get into that real shit.
Salute 97 piece in the building.
Good dog. So what's up, Ray? First of all, you know how we do it. It's a week. We don't do a show every day like all the other channels. So what you been up to all week, man? What's good with you?
You know what it is, man. Coaching the kids. I had a game my week. I talked to you when I had the week before when I had my game that day.
Right.
Other than that, just been chilling. Catching up on some of the action, watching the fights, things like that. That's all. Man,
listen, man. I'm telling you guys, bro. Shout out to the face of boxing.
RC, you right. You right, RC. You're 100% right. I said that shit. I said that on the channel. 100%.
Delivered. Yeah. Delivered, didn't it? Delivered. Great card this week. We know what the results were. Right? We can go through it. We know Deontay Wilder, obviously, had a poor showing, got stopped. We're going to talk about that, get into exactly, all the elements that were, the reasons building up to the Deontay Wilder we've seen from today. And I'm going to keep it 100. We're going to talk about Deontay post Malik Scott and pre Malik Scott. You know what I'm saying? And iron out those details for sure, because I think that's an interesting conversation, because when you see his performance in his past couple of fights, I think most people would agree that there's been sort of a we can say he's been digressing aggressively. Shout out to Orlando. Wilder was spinning like the sixth member of the Temptation, wasn't he? And the house is not a home. Shout out to the Temptations. Remember, let me tell you,
the house is not a home.
The house is not a home,
Isn't
bro.
that the 5 Heartbeats?
I don't know, bro. It's one of those singing movies. I think I was a Temptations, though. I ain't gonna hold you. I think that was a Temptation. But maybe. But so Deontay Wilder had his show this weekend, right? Now Nick Ball, exactly, to Orlando. That's what it was. But Nick Ball and Raymond Ford had a crazy fight. Some people, it was one of those, when fights are real good, Ray? When people start arguing about who won. Mm-hmm. You got some people who still leaning towards Ray. You know what I'm saying? To Ray, you got some people leaning towards Nick. I was good with the decision either way. I thought it could have went either way. When you're talking about judging what you see, what you value, you know what I'm saying, makes a big difference. If you like aggression, if you like output, if you like, output of punches, if you like ring generalship, if you like accuracy, if you like defense, it was all in that fight, right? Everything was in that fight. It was an all-out war. And I think that's something that Turkey Al-Sheikh's events do to these fighters. I think it gives them a certain incentive and motivation to really, really try their best to give their best shows. So, you know, said Wilder was impressive. Wasn't that spin impressive?
Yeah, it
was impressive to see him actually do that in the fight. Yeah. And then we had Daniel DuBois and Hrgovic as well. That fight went the way I thought it was going to go. I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I mean? I thought Daniel DuBois was just something about Daniel DuBois let me know that he was coming to play for keeps. But we got to talk about it as well because there was also a lot of holes in his game, and rumorville has it that it very well might be him and Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying, for his next fight, and a lot of things that Hrgovic was doing to him. If he lets Anthony Joshua do that to him, I don't know if he walks through what Anthony Joshua is going to be putting out there. But we'll talk about that as well, obviously. And then you have, of course, Dimitri Bivol. He showed up he showed up. You'd have thought that'd have been just a regular old boxing match. Dimitri came out like, bro, nah, I can do other things. Y'all forgot about me. I know it's been 6 fights since I had a knockout, but y'all forgot that I could do these things. These hands, I'll put these things on you, bro. I'm not the one to be played with. Yeah, Ryan Frazier for sure. DuBois is more battle tested, and that was one of the things going into that fight that I don't think people was really factoring like where they should have. The fact that DuBois fought the better competition, that DuBois, you know what I'm saying, showed the heart and ability, in his last fight with Gerald Miller, showed what he can do, that he could weather a storm and really commit and go for it. You know what I'm saying? So both super chats, what did he say?
He said no super chats. No super chats.
Not yet, man. We not monetized yet, man. We not monetized.
Yeah, we need them extra people.
Yeah, we do.
I still candy leg.
But the Cash App is definitely there. There's a Cash App. You know what I mean? If you care to help channel. But in due time, to Orlando, in due time. Ron Frazier said, yeah, some people think he stopped Usyk for sure. A lot of people hold it over his head that, he took that knee and didn't get back up against Usyk and also against what's my boy's name, man? Joe Joyce. That he had that fractured orbital and he didn't walk through that. And they held that against him, and I think, look, it's part of the game, right? You're going to get the criticism, but what's more important is how you come back. And the way he came back was with Gerald Miller and with Philip Hrgovic. So I don't think people are going to be saying that too much more. He showed he got the heart. He's definitely got a beard on him. Boy, got a beard on him. If he ain't show nothing in that fight, but he got a beard on him. He could take a shot. I still say that the body shot while on Usyk was clean. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it was a low blow, man. But if the ref sees it and calls it the way he sees it, what are we gonna do, right? What are we gonna do, right? Let's see here. And then Dimitri Bivol showed what he can do. And then we had some new stars. I was very impressed with Hamza Shiraz's performance against Ammo Williams. I thought Hamza Shiraz, showed that he's a legitimate force to reckon with in the middleweight division. We'll talk about him a little bit as well, right?
It looked like Apollo versus Ivan Drago, bro.
Yeah, he was putting hands on. Shout out to Ammo.
What's up, Ammo? Esperon?
Trying to show his heart, but he just came with a bad game plan. Wasn't listening to his corner a lot in that fight, and the corners were shining in this fight. You know, people say that the building was kind of quiet. It wasn't going crazy, you know. But one thing it did provide was an opportunity for us. To hear what was going on in the ring. You heard the corner screaming direction in the ring. You heard a lot of things. So, you know, it had its pros and its cons. But the corners were shining. Coach Anthony for Raymond Ford, able to bring Raymond Ford back from where Raymond Ford kind of lost his focus on what the game plan was, and he was able to bring him back and rein him back in the second half of that fight. And Raymond almost stopped Nick Ball, you know what I'm saying, in the second half of that fight. You know what I mean? And shout out to Daniel DuBois' coach. What was his name again? What's his name? Daniel DuBois' coach?
I don't know his name, but I know he kicked his dad out the corner.
Yeah, he did a real good job. I think Don Charles. I think it's Don Charles. But he did a great job. You heard him screaming into the ring, giving DuBois direction when DuBois was getting kind of carried away and allowing shots to hit him that just really probably didn't need to hit him. Ryan Frazier said Hamza might get the dominance next if Carlos wins the next weekend. Yes. And I think he deserves it. I think it's going to be a great fight if they can put those together. Great fight. Don Charles, right? Echo, it is Don Charles, right? Yeah, man. Great corner work from the corners this weekend. Nick Ball's corner, too. Nick Ball had a great corner, man, really giving him the right direction on how to handle that fight. Nick Ball, dare I say, a rising superstar in that division. You can picture him fighting against, in a way, you could see him fighting against, you could see maybe even like, a Loma coming down to 126. You know what I'm saying? Either one of them. Salute here for boxing. Salute. Who does Nick Ball fight next? I don't know. I'll be honest with you, Jonathan 97. I think if he can get that rematch for Ray Vargas, man, and go get that was a draw fight and had WBC titles there. Let's go for a unification.
Well, you gotta see what the rankings is because I think Stephen Fulton is number 1 on those rankings, which is weird. He didn't have a fight since he lost to Inoue. But
that's a possible fight. Yeah, man. So I don't know, but Nick Ball's next fight, I'm gonna be watching it. I'll tell you that, Jonathan 97. I'll be watching it. That's what he did. He got somebody who want to see him fight. A lot of people want to see him fight the way he gave it up on Saturday night. Yeah, rematch for unification bout, right, Ryan? Yeah, man. Let's get back at Ray Vargas, man. Now we got a WBO title around our waist, or WBA, right? WBA title around our waist. You got that WBC. Everybody knows I beat you. We got that draw. Let's finish the business up. Round 13. Let's get it going. Orlando said pause. All right. Pause. Rockard said Hrgovic is a bum. Man, Ross Cloud, I figured deal you, man. Like I'm not gonna say he's a bum, but I'm gonna say there was some exposing going on in that ring between him and DuBois. His heart got tested. Where he tried to question DuBois' heart and said that DuBois was a young bull and the baby and didn't have the heart. It looks like Hrgovic's heart kind of got tested because it was. I would say by like round 6 or 7. No, right? Like 5 even?
4th round.
4th, you think? Yeah, like 4th, 5th
he started
round.
slowing down. He started getting hit. Hrgovic started catching shots in the 4th. I think even the 3rd round, he caught a couple of hooks, but it really was started in the 4th. And then I think they clashed heads around then.
Right.
That's when the fight looked like it changed.
And he started to lose a little bit of heart. Like he wasn't as motivated to get up there, get off that stool, and get in there with DuBois and run another 3 minutes, right?
Right.
So that was interesting within itself. That was interesting. And there's rumors out here right now also that we can address as well, as far as like Jarrell Big Baby Miller and Jared Anderson, Big Baby Anderson, possibly, you know what I'm saying, making something happen, being that Deontay's not going to be fighting Jared on that August 3rd card, maybe pulling him up out of that Andy Ruiz fight and putting somebody else in front of Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? There's rumors about it. So phone calls are happening from what I'm hearing. Phone calls have been happening. You know what I mean? Don't blame losing heart after clashing heads. Pause. Okay. Possibly. And then we had of course we had the weakest fight in the card, Hutchinson versus Craig Richards. which it turned up in the second half of that fight. But overall, that 5-on-5 card was a lit card. But where do we begin, man? What do you want to break down? Is it Deontay? Should we just get Deontay out the way and just speak on Deontay? Let's get the elephant out the room, right?
Right.
The elephant in the room is Deontay Wilder. Look, I'm gonna be frank with you. Deontay Wilder has never been a boxer to me. He's been a professional boxer, but as far as skill set is concerned, I wasn't shocked at what I saw the other night. I would say, if anything, I was hoping that he'd let his hands go. And it looks like that's what hurt him. It looked like he just couldn't pull the trigger. It looked like he couldn't pull the trigger. And obviously we can talk about the spin move as well, because when you look at the spin move, you got to look at Malik Scott, because you're watching him in the ring with Malik Scott doing the spin move, and Malik is like co-signing this nonsense. Is Malik Scott the weakest link in the Deontay Wilder situation? Is he the reason?
You know what this means? Booker T.
Spinaroonie.
Spinaroonie, baby.
Spinaroonie, Booker T.
That's what it was.
Going off another bag, and he'll be back. You think so, Ross? You think he'll be back?
I hope not. I hope not.
I don't know, man. He needs it. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know why he would. I mean, the money, obviously, but Wilder's heart's not in this game no more.
Nope.
And he's just gonna end up getting himself hurt. You're in the heavyweight division. You go in the ring with, and as far as the Anthony Joshua conversation is going, Wilder better stay clear of that boy. Wilder better stay clear of that boy, Anthony.
You ever heard your parents tell you, if you see him walking this way, you cross the street?
Listen, leave that boy alone.
You better walk across the street and try to avoid him at all costs. Put your head down and walk in the shadows.
Yeah. Ross Scott said Hrgovic underestimated DuBois, and it cost him. I was the only few that picked DuBois to beat that bum. Yeah, I picked him too. I think Ray, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we all picked him. Yeah. I can't believe Wilder went his whole career without developing his left. I can, but there's just so many things that go into the Deontay Wilder conversation, right? There's the matchmaking that was made for him while he was at the PBC. There's the lack, and the matchmaking wasn't.
Can't say PBC.
What?
Can't say PBC.
Why? Oh, it was bad? Okay.
This is a joke.
You know, the matchmaking that was happening at the PBC, really, they did a good job of building Wilder up to be this phenom. And in many ways, he is a phenom, being that lack of experience he has and that right hand he had. But I don't think enough time was invested in his development. The matchmaking wasn't made in the spirit of developing him into the best fighter that he could be. And when you're getting results, and you start sleep like Marvis Hagler said, you start sleeping on silk sheets, and you live in that life getting those bags, it's hard to motivate, get up, and do the things that you need to do to be a better fighter. I think the biggest mistake he might have made in his whole career was getting rid of Mark Breland and allowing his ego to get involved in that whole water getting poisoned nonsense, and letting that Tyson Fury situation just overwhelm him with his determination to give excuses as to why that fight didn't go his way, instead of just owning his part and allowing his team, Mark Breland included, to start working on strategies and implementing real things that were going to improve him as a boxer, and just blaming it on everybody else just froze him in time. And then bringing in Malik Scott, somebody that you knocked out, supposedly, because I'm hearing, dive rumors, you know what I'm saying, that Malik not even dive, you know what I'm saying? It would just hurt you bad, bringing in Malik Scott in there, and all that meditation and all that eating shrooms and going to Costa Rica and all the things that he did that just completely got in his head and got him out of this game. What do you think it was, Ray?
Combination of both things. I just think Wilder, I think the money led him to where he got to be comfortable, and it changed his he just thought he was at the top of the world. And then once he got clipped, regardless of how it went, once he lost to Tyson Fury, I think that played a part. He was looking for reasons why he lost every single time. and he was just never the same fighter. Exactly what Echo said, all the above, and he was just never the same fighter. And here you go, he got a couple wins here and there, a couple of knockouts, but he just wasn't the same fighter. He after the Fury fight, he did one thing: he kept his paw out, control, and then landed his overhand every time. He never tried to box. He never tried to. Because if you look at earlier fights, he swung both hands.
Right.
He used to throw the jab. He stopped throwing the jab after that. Bro, he's never been the same. It doesn't matter if it's Malik Scott. It's just like once he lost that third fight, he was done. As a matter of fact, the second fight, he was done. Yeah. I think it's just everyone. Look, I support the guy because I always respect boxers. I respect boxing. I support him, but I just think that he had a mental situation over time, and it's what it is.
Yeah, man. Malik implemented a lot of things into Wilder's game, and really just, I think Wilder was looking for somebody who's going to speak the way he spoke, right? And when Malik made it sound like he didn't need to do the things that other boxers did because he had this equalizer, right? And we don't need to work on these things. He got this equalizer, and we're going to work around this equalizer. And I can remember Malik Scott even talking about how he had Wilder keep that left hand. He wanted him to keep that hand like a rangefinder, and just, and as soon as you passed a certain distance away from him, your life was on the line. I remember him describing these situations, right? And then you watch how they do the pads when they're doing their media workouts, and you see the camera on them, and you see Wilder kind of like dancing, like here for boxing said, you know what I'm saying? He's dancing and he's doing this thing with his head where he's backing up like this, where I don't even know what that was. You know what I'm saying? And he's doing this thing where he's backing up off the stick like this, and then he's going to the side, and he's doing this spin move, and he's doing it confidently, right? He's doing it as if he's showing the world that
it had nothing to do with footwork, bro.
It was just like, what's going on with you? I remember seeing it, and I told my son, I said, that's gonna get him hurt. I hope he don't do that during the fight. Now, that's on God, bro. I feel like calling my son so he can tell you. When I told him he got knocked out, he was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. And I said, nah, man, guess how he got knocked up? He said, not the 360. I said, it was the 360. He's like, damn, stop playing. Because he didn't believe he would do that. He thought he was just playing in the ring, just having a good time and just entertaining the crowd. And I said, look, maybe he won't do it. I was hoping he wasn't going to do it, but I said, we creatures of habit, right? When it gets tight and you don't have time to think, you're going to instinctively do what you've been doing. What you've been doing most of the time is more than likely what you do all the time when you put into that situation. And he got hit in the face and reacted to spin out, right? He reacted. His reaction was to spin out, and Zhang met him at the end of the corner. You know what I'm saying? Met him right there.
In my opinion, this should have been one of his easiest knockout approaches if he swung his hands. Because you got a guy that stands right in front of you and is willing. He just walks forward. He walks into that shot that you like to throw, but you just didn't know how to pull the trigger. He just didn't want to pull the trigger. He was afraid what was coming back. He knew the risk. And him having those thoughts, it just means that he doesn't belong in boxing because it's going to get him killed. Bottom line.
At this space, right in this level, when you're talking about that top 10, you got to watch yourself, man. You got to watch yourself. When you get in that top 10, you really need to watch what you're doing. James Jameson, salute. Smash
the like button.
Make sure we get those likes up. Yeah, so you talk about Deontay Wilder, lack of development, Malik Scott, but let's keep it 100, Ray. At this point, though, he still had it was his era for a while in the heavyweight division before Tyson Fury came back. Like, everybody was talking about Deontay. So, what are the chances this man still has at being in the Hall of Fame?
He is. I think he still makes it. It wasn't like, look, regardless, he was a heavyweight champion. He had, like you said, he had his era. I think he had, a 6-year run or something like that, a 4 or 5 year run. And it was just him and Anthony at the top until Fury retired. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, some time. He deserves it.
No doubt. Yeah, for sure, Chris. Let them know. Smash the channel. Smash the like for me, man. Definitely. And if you ain't sub. But yeah, man, I think he still gets in there, man. I think he still kept heavyweight boxing alive when heavyweight boxing was like just him and Anthony Joshua, like before Tyson Fury came back, when it was really just him and Anthony. You know, just the idea of him and Anthony fighting and everybody wanting them to fight was just an era of boxing within itself. And he gave us a lot of knockouts. You know what I'm saying? A lot of title defenses. He never beat exactly, Echo. He never beat another champion. He never had an opportunity to unify, but he did some things. You know what I'm saying? But I just think overall, as far as a boxer is considered, he just was not a good boxer, bro. No. He just wasn't a good boxer, man. You know what I mean? Like, much respect to him and what he was able to do. His story was a powerful story on what motivated him to box, as far as taking care of his child, coming into boxing late. He wanted to be a football player. You know, right. Salute to his movement and everything he was able to do, because he provided generational wealth for his family. He earned a lot of money. But outside of that, sorry, man, like, you just wasn't. What's good, Jay Cash and Money, man? You just wasn't him, man, when it came to this boxing. And a lot of it is self-inflicted. A lot of it was self-inflicted. A lot of it was just a lack of commitment, a lack of respect for the sport. You know what I'm saying? A lack of respect for your trainers. You know what I'm saying? So we got to hold you accountable for that as well. But, you know, salute to Deontay Wilder. Hope he, whatever his ventures are after boxing, I hope they're successful. He said, Echo doesn't agree, huh? Echo, you don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame? Echo, beating Ortiz is not enough to be chosen. Yeah, man.
Holding on to the title for a long time, though. How many defenses he had?
He had like 10 or 11, but he didn't fight nobody, man. It was all controlled fires.
We can't. I mean, we can say that about a lot of fighters today. Unfortunately, I'm not going to mention names, but there's a lot of fighters that moved a similar way. So, and they're definitely Hall of Famers and pound for pound lists.
Right, and at least he had a title.
Right.
Not a Hall of Fame though, huh, James? You don't think so? They put Rocky in there, man. They put Sylvester Stallone in there, bro. So I'm just I'm just saying, Hall of Fame is 10 title defenses anonymous. Yeah. See?
Can I just add this though? Mm-hmm. I mean, did he think, and anybody in the chat too, do y'all think 212, a cruiserweight weight, fighting at heavyweight, especially a guy that's over 250, 260, do y'all think that was a
282?
Or 282, even worse. You think that was a smart move for him?
No, and listen, 282 on the scales the day before. He probably was a solid 290 in the ring, 287, 290.
Could have been. Remember, they heavyweight, so they don't have to weight, weight cut. I just thought that was crazy to come down. You don't think so? I thought it was
Wilder had the worst opponents in his championship run. Yeah, no Klitschko's, no Parker, no Pulev, no White, no Martin. Talk to him, James. Plenty of fights that were avoided. There were a lot of fights. Everybody focuses in on that Anthony Joshua fight. Like, oh, Anthony didn't want to fight him. But okay, but he had other people he could have fought. What happened to everybody else? What happened to Derek Chisora? What happened to the Klitschko's? Like you said, what happened to Joseph? What happened to Pulev? You know what I mean? Dylan White, for sure. What happened to these guys? You know what I mean? You never fought these dudes. You know what I mean? Severn was a bum no matter if he was champ. No matter if he was a champ. Yeah. I mean, Severn looked like in the first time they fought, it looked like, okay, Severn running in with him. But the second time, that was just a wash. That was just a he didn't even beat him pretty either. It wasn't even like he was pretty with it. He did some wild barbarian punches like whoom, 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 and laid him out. God bless him. You know what I'm saying? God bless him. You know what I mean? But I never was impressed with Wilder's boxing. I was impressed with his power, without a doubt. His power was always something to talk about. Like, yo, this dude hits hard. Jesus. But that was it. That was it. That's true. I love Wilder's story and career, but he fought no one other than Fury in them title defenses. Yeah. And you can, if you want to give him Luis Ortiz, you can give him too. Luis Ortiz was a good fighter. But outside of that, Severn was a very late replacement for Wilder. For the first fight? Yeah. I can't believe Luis Ortiz never got to top. No, Luis Ortiz was top 10, wasn't he? Mm-hmm. He wasn't?
Yeah.
He was top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just recently got knocked out the top 10.
Okay. Povetkin was cheating scumbag, him and Luis Ortiz. Yeah, Povetkin was on the Osterine too, huh? Yeah, so that's how that went. But let's get into the Nick Ball Raymond Ford fight. That was the second. That was probably the most exciting fight on the card, in my opinion. That was probably the best fight on the card. Overall, in your opinion, going into that fight, what were you expecting to see from Raymond Ford and Nick Ball? Like, what did you want to see Raymond Ford do in that fight?
I think we talked about this. I thought the control aspect. I thought Raymond Ford, he actually showed it in the later rounds. I think after round 7, he started showing a little bit more of it, but he lost a lot of those middle rounds. He needed to listen to his corner. I thought him having a full camp with his team,
right,
would be more dialed in. I think he would be more affordable to stay at the division and defend his title. You know what I mean? Because I thought he wanted that New Jersey Philly fight, which is huge. And it just, to me, like, it just seemed like he came out trying to say, like, I'm the better boxer. I'm going to beat you off the back foot and make you work. But I would have liked to have seen him utilize that jab and go to the body like he started in the first round continuously. I think that would have been a big help. And then as far as Nick Ball, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. Compress himself down, get inside, swing looping hooks, keep his head down, compressing himself again.
And a lot of combinations too,
throwing heavy shots. Just keep the shots coming and keep you off balance. I mean, it was a good fight. At the end of the day, there's nothing. I think Nick Ball stuck more to what he had to do more than Raymond Ford.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%, man. Going into the fight, I thought Raymond was going to establish that distance and stand behind that jab and force Nick Ball to take risk and chances to come in and get him and try to capitalize off of those opportunities. But like you said, it looked like he came in with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and that he kind of wanted to show that dog, and he wanted to do it early, and he was going to stand in there and play. It looked like he decided to play Nick Ball's game on purpose. You know what I mean? And you know, it looked good. It was exciting for boxing, but being that you coming in the ring at 5'7" and the opponent you're fighting against is 5'2", you would think you would use those 5 inches. You know what I'm saying? You would use those to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? And use whatever weapon you had in that fight to make it happen. But there was just a certain like fuck it energy going on with Raymond Ford. Not fuck it like if I lose, but more like, man, fuck it. I'm not going to be in this division too much longer. I'm fighting in front of Turkey Al-Sheikh. I'm getting a crazy bag for this. If I can show him that I'm an exciting fighter and win this in an exciting, dominating way, then maybe that puts him in position for some other opportunities down the road. And he looked like he put it on the line. And I salute him for that. Salute to Raymond Ford for approaching it that way. Because even while he approached it that way, the fight, a lot of people thought he won the fight. You know what I mean? But I agree with you. He gave away a lot of rounds playing Nick Ball's game, allowing Nick Ball to do what Nick Ball does and not making it difficult for Nick Ball to find him. Nick Ball probably was a little shocked about, like, oh, dude, this dude is sitting up in here, like, straight up giving me a fade. Like, he's not even going to take advantage of my height. He's not going to make it difficult for me, like how Ray Vargas did it on the first half of that fight when they were fighting. So, yeah, man, I expected Raymond to do that, but he didn't. He sat up in there, was throwing leather. Coach Anthony was doing some great corner work in that fight, bro. You saw Coach Anthony like reining him in, like bringing him slowly, like, because it took a while to get Raymond Ford to calm down. Like, there was a point in time when I remember seeing Coach Anthony speaking to Raymond Ford, and Raymond, salute, champ, Raw, salute. There was a point in time when I saw Coach Anthony communicating with Raymond Ford, and Raymond Ford gave one of those, I know. And Coach Anthony had to be like, I know, champ. You know what I mean? Just relax. I just want you to stay behind that jab. You don't got to go in there and trade with him like that. You can stay behind that jab, but I know you got this. It took him a little while to finally calm down, but once Coach Anthony was able to bring him in and get his ear, he was able to bring Raymond Ford to almost winning that fight again, to a point where I thought Raymond Ford, like, for the first 5 rounds, probably only won like 1 or 2 rounds. You know what I mean? I feel like Nick Ball was winning that first half of that fight for me. you know, and in the middle, those middle rounds, like you said as well. But great fight. Nick Ball showed. I'm gonna call him the little white Mike Tyson. Like this dude had that Usyk Cruz / you know what I'm saying? Like that head movement and the way he was able to catch Ray Ford off of those angles, get him on those angles, and come up with that left uppercut right between the guard, right underneath Ray's high guard. He was doing a real good job. The jab was inside enough. He was in the reach like a lot of boxes. And that was another thing as well that I think Nick Ball got long arms for a short 5'2" dude. Right? He was able to cover some space pretty quickly and easily.
I'm going to be honest with you. I seen the same thing with Pitbull Cruz, but you know what I'm thinking it is? I think it's the way they lean forward and they swing over the top. I think somehow makes them look like their arms are longer than what they. Because I was looking at when he was fighting Broly. Broly won that fight, by the way.
You're an asshole.
Here's Rob. Knew that was coming. I was looking at the same. I was like, "Yo, I ain't know Pitbull arms were so long." But then when I seen it with Nick Ball, I was like, "Yo," and I watched him stand. His arms weren't that long, and I'm like, "Yo, how is he reaching them like that?" So it has to be a tactic of how they go down. And when they throw, they're somehow able to. It's like a broad stroke. You know what I mean? When you're swimming, I was like, "Yo, that's crazy." I said, "That's how their style is making it happen, bro. For real. That's crazy." So I don't know if their arms are long or because it doesn't measure long. I just think it's crazy.
Yeah, the way it looked long.
Yeah, that's on you. I was letting you go.
Pause. But nah, man. Man, I think that he's future wise. What do you think about him in 126? He'll get stopped.
Who's
going to stop him?
You know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at him being, and I hate to say it, it sucks saying stuff like this. But I think he might come up without the energy of the without his high tempo. If people can get him uncomfortable with that. Bro, he might be he's the easiest fight. If you can, once you offset his motions and his tempo, he'll be the easiest fight to pick off. Champion probably in that division. Because you just got to slow him down. Because he just comes in, like I say, he's like in this shell, and then he's just swinging loops. If you can somehow nullify that or make him think that that's not going to work and he has to go back to something else, game over, bro. He has nothing else.
I don't know if he has nothing else. He hasn't shown nothing else. I don't know if he has nothing else.
Well, if you've been fighting like that and that's all you know what I mean, and you show that's the way you fight, usually you get comfortable. We just talked about that with Wilder, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can get comfortable. It's not usually you do get comfortable. Right. So, like it's just like Devontae. Devontae hasn't shown everything, but he has a lot
Ray
more.
Vargas is weakest? Oh, don't tell Ray Clay that.
I do think Ray Vargas is the weakest.
Oh, okay. I thought you liked Ray Vargas.
No, I don't like him. I don't care about that dude. Like, I don't dislike him, but I don't care about him like that. Okay. I agree with him though. I think Ray Vargas is there for the picking. I think he was exposed against Nick Ball in that last fight. Man, I think Nick Ball is talented, and I think he's a problem. I think his 5'2", the 5'2" energy he brings is a problem for fighters to deal with, especially tall fighters. He's mastered fighting the bigger fighters. He understands. He's been 5'2" for a long time, I'm sure. And it seems like the taller guys aren't fighting the 5'2" guys like that. They're not in the ring with 5'2" guys. He seems like he's mastered how to deal with that. And I think he's going to be a champion. I think he's going to unify at 126. That's what I believe. I think he's going to unify. You know what I mean? But we'll see. I know. Like I said, the next time he fights, I'll definitely be watching. If you know what I mean, if he's fighting on TV, which he should be, I'm going to be watching. I agree with you, James. He makes you fight at his pace. He doesn't stop.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you can get him, if you can offset that, bro, that's a big. You got to make him recalibrate.
Well, who is going to do that? Raymond Ford.
He started doing it. He started exposing that later in that fight. He started putting some hands on him.
It didn't stop him. It didn't slow him
because
down.
he didn't have enough pop to slow him down at that point. You know what I mean?
In the later rounds, I think it was 11 or 12, or maybe in the 10th round, he almost stopped Nick Ball at one point. He hit him and had that, and he still didn't stop coming through. He still didn't stop coming forward. He still came back and was throwing crazy shots.
You have to see somebody.
I just got to see it to believe it. I just got to see it. That's all. I got to see somebody do it.
That can really sting him. Like, you got to remember, hitting somebody dizzy is different than just hitting them and it stings. You know what I mean? Like you walking into these solid punches and you just like, yo, I gotta stay away from that. That's a big difference between fighting somebody that's just hitting you and they get a couple shots and then knock you around.
I mean, but who at 126 you think is going to generate that kind of power to make him feel like that?
I mean, that's a great question. I mean, I'm being honest with you. I think I don't even know, man. I mean, I guess I don't even think what's the name. Bruce can Shushu Carrington do it, or he's too fancy.
Shushu would be a great fight for him for sure. Shushu is a candidate to do it. Shushu brings a lot to the table, and he's a great boxer, man. That'll be a great fight to see him and Nick Ball get at it. You know what I'm saying? But not too many people, right? At 126, at the end of the day, you're going to get that boy.
I mean, I don't know if Fulton can do it after watching what he did with Inoue.
I don't think he's going to generate that kind of power.
He has the patience to do it. It's the patience. It's not the power. It's the patience to do it. I mean, you need somebody that's really going to be patient with him and really stay on the outside and be able to control the distance. And while you're doing that, put your you know what I mean, the mouth of your glove right in his face. Bow. You know what I mean? Just keep it there. And make him feel it coming in. If you don't got it, bro, all day, all night, he's gonna knock you out, or he's gonna get it. Also, he's gonna keep hitting you.
And also be somebody who can take what he's dishing out too, because he don't hit soft.
Right.
So,
because
he's on sides.
And the energy
taking, right?
Right.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Looking forward to see Nick Ball fight again. Raymond Ford said it looks like, well, at least Eddie Hearn spoke about Raymond Ford going to 130, and Raymond Ford spoke about it in other evenings. I didn't hear him say it that night, but it looks like there's a good chance, a high probable chance that Ray Ford is going to be heading. Robesi, yes, I agree, Anonymous. Robesi could definitely do it as well. Robesi, and so, man, Espinoza as well. Yeah. Rafael Espinoza, like you said, Rafael Espinoza could do it as well, and he's tall. He would use that. Yeah, look, there's some good fights at 126.
Right.
At a minimum, Nick Ball's a great dancing partner. If he's in the ring fighting with these guys, it's going to be good boxing.
Yes. See, what difference is we're talking about outboxing. Outboxing is one thing, because I think he showed he also got outboxed. It's not about outboxing him. It's about slowing him down to get off take his rhythm away, because his rhythm is what keeps him in these fights. Mm-hmm. It's going to keep him in all these fights. If you can't snap that dude out his rhythm, pause. All day he gonna be in your face and he gonna be hitting you with them loops, man. Them looping shots.
I agree with you on. Same thing with Usyk too, right? Like it's the same thing. Like if you're not gonna slow him down and give him nothing that's gonna really give him something to think about, he's just gonna run you down. He's gonna walk you down and throw looping shots.
That sting on him, man. And I mean the sting. I don't mean the pop and all that. I mean the sting. Y'all know what I'm talking. If you box before, you know what the sting is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Raymond Ford going to 130. Obvious fights up there: Lamont Roach, O'Shaquie Foster, and all the what's this say?
And another person I haven't seen in the division is Brandon Figueroa. Did he move up, or he's just not ranked?
I don't know what he's doing. It's been quiet for him. Brandon Figueroa, hold on. Did I just see about him?
He just had a fight, and he didn't look too good in it, right?
No, I was thinking about Brandon Lee. Because Brandon Lee just made a move, too. He just made a move, but Brandon Figueroa. He
just had a fight not too long ago, but we watched this fight. He didn't look good in that fight, but he usually He usually has a nice back and forth with his opponents, and he usually wins. I think he just won a title or something, or interim or something. He just won something.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I haven't really tapped into what he's been doing.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, where's he, bro?
Yeah, Anonymous said he saw 126. Salute Sean, by the way. Salute Sean. I ain't say what's up to you, man. Got to steadily get to his body, not just hooks, but stab to the abdomen while also keeping distance. After a while, you can feint low and come to the top like Mayweather versus Corrales. All right, that's the game plan to get that ball. Nick?
Yep. I think actually that was working in the first round.
I'm sure time will tell. Good luck to him. Yeah, James, I feel you on that. Like, I'm not sure where he's sitting at right now. I know he's a WBA champion right now. And I know that he's a game opponent. He's had 2 great fights. He had a draw against Ray Vargas. A lot of people thought he won that fight. And then he got a win over Raymond Ford's over Raymond Ford and took a title from him. So he's definitely one of those guys, man. He's definitely one of those guys in the division, and great, like I said, at a minimum, a great dancing partner. You know what I'm saying? A great dancing partner. Guaranteed to be an exciting fight if he's involved. But let's go ahead and move on forward to DuBois Hrgovic, right? DuBois Hrgovic going into this fight. Daniel DuBois pretty much.
Go ahead. I'm laughing about this fight, but go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, Hrgovic just didn't have no respect for Daniel DuBois going this fight. And I knew for me that was going to be an issue. You know what I mean? The way he was talking about how easy it was going to be, and he kept on going back to some sparring session they had back in the day. And you know, he was really just kind of like dismissing what Daniel DuBois could potentially bring to the table and probably was going to bring to the table. Also dismissing Daniel DuBois' resume of who he's been in the ring with. And I remember when when I first started watching Daniel DuBois fight, I remember he was one of those guys. I was like, he's up and coming. Like he's an all around good boxer to me. You know what I'm saying? I really thought he was a good boxer, but he was kind of young. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell he was sheltered a little bit, like his parents kind of sheltered him a little bit. He was kind of like real polite and real like, you know what I'm saying? Soft spoken. So that it seemed like the aggression didn't grow with him. He wasn't as hungry, like in a mean way, like somebody who came from the streets or somebody who came from a choppy background would be. He seemed like he was well groomed, you know what I mean? And when he had that fight against Joe Joyce and got stopped, I thought he was going to beat Joe Joyce in that fight. I had him picked to beat Joe Joyce in that fight. So when he lost against Joe Joyce, I was like, damn, bro. First of all, I thought I'm like, damn, Joe, you nice. I didn't know you was that nice, because he was always a big old slow ass motherfucker to me. But when I seen him beat Daniel Dubois, I was like, damn, bro, that was impressive. And then he went into had a fight with Alexander Usyk, and I thought a lot of people thought that fight should have maybe been his, but at the same time he got stopped. And I always give Alexander Usyk his respect for stopping that man. But people just kind of like shitted on him at that point, right? Completely was like, yo, that dude is soft. He ain't got no heart. He ain't the goods. And then you see him in the ring with Jarrell Big Baby Miller, and he just stole the show that night. Yep. Like that night, that might have been the fight of the night that night. You know what I'm saying? James said, obvious low blow for me. I don't know if it was obvious, James. But look, I ain't got no problem. I'll tell you this, it was definitely on the bell line.
I think he trolling.
Yeah. I don't think he's trolling. I think he's keeping it 100. I think that's how he feels. But before the first cut, Hrgovic wasn't. We're going to talk about that right now as well. So, but at the end of the day, showing the world the kind of heart he had when he fought against Jarrell Big Baby Miller. And then going into this fight, I just felt like he had a momentum he was coming into the ring with. I felt like he found himself a little bit against that Jarrell Big Baby Miller fight. He found himself and kind of understood what he was cut from, or the cloth he was cut from. And I just felt like he was going to be bringing that into this match, and Hrgovic needed to be aware of that. So then the match goes, right? The match starts up, and Hrgovic is landing this straight 1-2 right down the middle. Like, he couldn't miss with his right hand. Hrgovic's hand was like on a laser beam to this dude's head. Could not miss this dude's head. And I was thinking to myself as I was watching the fight, I'm like, damn, bro, Hrgovic might stop this dude. Like, damn, he's really connecting with him. Little did I know, Daniel Dubois got a straight beard on him. Boy could take a shot. You know what I'm saying? And took everything that boy had to give until he had nothing left. And ultimately ended up running him out the ring, bro. Beating him into submission. You know what I'm saying? Oh, salute. Boxing sucks too. Salute, man. Good to have you in the building. Hope you subscribe, man. Tell Marco I said what up, though. And ultimately just end up out-dogging Hrgovic and exposing Hrgovic's heart, where Hrgovic was saying that he had no heart. Hrgovic gets exposed and shows that he has no heart. What did you see? What were you thinking going into the fight, Ray?
Well, I knew I had Dubois winning by stoppage. I actually thought he was going to put him on his pockets, but I did knew it was a dangerous fight, and I knew I knew Dubois would be able to take some of those shots from Hrgovic. Mm-hmm. Now, what made me laugh, and maybe other people see it too, that was the slowest fight I've ever seen in my life.
Which one?
I don't know about any Dubois Hrgovic.
Oh, okay.
I mean, slow as, you seen every punch coming, and every punch landed. And them dudes, it was like the two slowest, biggest dudes in the world trying to wrestle or whatever you would call it. Look, bro, it was crazy. It was like really like rock'em sock'em. Like that was crazy. It was crazy. You expect some movement, some dancing, and look, when DuBois started started feeling himself. What he started doing, he started moving his feet a little bit. Started, you know what I mean, moving his shoulders. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, now we got Bob Rog in the ring from Street Fighter because that's what he started hitting him like. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. But yeah, that was. I mean, it went the way I thought it was going to go. Kind of.
Did you think Hrgovic was going to be as successful with those shots in those first couple of rounds the way he was? Do you think Daniel was just going to get hit a lot and was going to weather that kind of storm to get to that victory?
I didn't think he was going to go in there trying to land power. I thought he was going to try to outbox him a little bit and outclass him. That would have been a smarter thing to do. I mean, he knows how to throw his hands like that. He's not all about power. But he went in there and was like, yo, I'm going blow for blow with this guy, and we're going to see what happens. And that just didn't work out because he ended up doing something I thought was out of character for him and tired himself out very quickly. I think third round he was done.
Yeah, Hrgovic, I think, really believed he drank the Kool-Aid. He wasn't just selling the fight. He was being honest. That dude came from Croatia and was just being 100. Like, I just don't think this dude's on my level. I don't think he's got my pedigree. I don't respect his boxing style that much. I definitely don't respect his heart. I don't think he has no heart. I think when I test his heart, he gonna cry and go back to daddy. And I'm gonna just show the world. And I think he was throwing those shots and he blew his load so early because he really didn't expect that fight to go past 4 rounds. He thought he was going to dust him off. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was part of the victory for Daniel Dubois, was kind of discouraging Hrgovic by just being there, available, getting hit, but not losing any type of resolve to get to him. And I think that completely took away Hrgovic's heart, took away his confidence, dare I say. By round 4, like you said earlier, by round 4, 5, 4, around that area, he started to realize, I'm not getting this guy out of here. And I don't know if I got the energy left to really outbox this guy for 12 rounds. He's eventually going to get to me. I don't know what he's going to do. Now, granted, Daniel Dubois had some headbutts in there. You know, that's part of the game. You know what I mean? He's trying to get up in there. He's making his way past that jab and trying to figure out how to implement the game plan. And, you know, headbutts happen. You know what I'm saying? But there's also a lot of shots landing, a lot of overhand rights and lefts, and you know what I'm saying, a lot of work was getting done in that fight.
A lot of knuckles to face.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, he got shown up. But what's next for Daniel Dubois at this point? What's next for Hrgovic at this point, though? Because this dude was like a up and coming guy. They really thought that he was going to be that guy. You know what I mean? They wanted to see him in the ring with an Anthony Joshua or, you know, winner of Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. What now?
I would like to see him fight Mazamov.
Madrimov? You talking about the Russian Mike Tyson?
No, yep. I think.
What about Najee Caballero?
No.
I think Ajit definitely going to get in these conversations, man. He's here. I think Ajit's in the building. He's definitely in the conversation. Where does he land? I mean, I could even see him fighting a Daniel Dubois, Ajit Caballero. You know what I'm saying? If Anthony Joshua doesn't fight Daniel Dubois, get Daniel Dubois up in there with Ajit Caballero. Because a lot of people want to see the Zhang fight. They feel like Zhang is a fight for Anthony Joshua. They think that's a more exciting fight. Between those two, which one do you think is the best fight?
I would like to see Dubois and Zhang, actually.
Yeah, but they Anthony Joshua's getting one of them. He's getting one of them. That's what's gonna happen.
Joshua, I don't know, man. I guess Joshua Zhang. If it's for Britain, and I'm not a British supporter, but sorry, Echo, my bad. What I mean is, as a boxing fan, I'm not a British boxing fan that much, but I do like, you know what I mean? I would like to see their country win on that one. I would like to see the AJ Dubois fight. I think that would be good for their country. I would like that.
Echo, if you're in the building, is there a big demand for Dubois, for a Dubois AJ, do you think?
That'd be great for Britain.
I think the fight for AJ should be Daniel Dubois. I think Dubois is the easier fight. You know, at least from what I saw, I think Dubois is the easier fight. I think Zhang brings that. Zhang and AJ have that history as well. In the amateurs, they fought. You know what I'm saying? During the Olympics, whatever it was, they fought. They got that history. Zhang is a big guy.
There you go. That goes right there.
There it is. AJ versus DuBois. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think DuBois makes the most sense right now. Go after DuBois, pull that IBF interim off of him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Zhang doesn't have no jury to offer. You know what I'm saying? So go get that from DuBois, and then see if you can get into the winner of Usyk and Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury after the October showdown.
Blue.
See if you can get them. Salute, Blue. Salute, King.
Yo, how ironic Blue was saying this, right? He seen me today. He was like, yo, Ray Davis, I was just thinking about you. I literally was just thinking, yo, Blue gonna pop in this chat any minute. I was just thinking that.
Yeah, Blue, if you know what? I don't know what you're doing, but I'm gonna throw that link. Anytime I see you, I'm gonna definitely throw you that link. I don't know. Matter of fact, Blue, check your email, bro. Check your email, Blue.
Yeah, man. For real. I think just for the pride of England, I think that fight does better. It looks better for AJ. It separates. I think the Zhang fight is more of a challenge, like you said. It seems more of a challenge internationally and worldwide, you know what I mean, to boxing fans. So that will, because the names are there. You know what I mean? That's a big name fight. So
all right, Blue.
So, that's, to me, that's what comes down to what would be the better choice. But I'm going, I like the Daniel DuBois versus AJ, bro. That's just
me too. I think that fight makes the most sense. I think it's a big England fight. I think it's a big demand. I think DuBois sold himself as at a minimum, a great dance partner. We know that fight's going to be exciting. I do think he needs to work on that defense. And shout out to Coach, what's his name again? Something. What's his name?
Daniel Conor something.
Don Charles.
Don Charles.
Salute to Don Charles, who had an interview with Radio Raheem on Seconds Out and acknowledged it. He said, listen, we don't got to hide and we don't got to play no games. My boy got hit way too much in the beginning of this fight. He said it. That was not the game plan. He was getting hit way too much, and we definitely have to fix that. But ultimately, he showed heart, and he also showed some conditioning as well. You are, Blue? Yo, great minds think alike. Great minds think alike, Blue. I can't wait to get invited on the set when it finally gets done, Blue.
Wait let's put mine up too, Blue. I'm gonna be glittery and shiny too. Eventually. I'm gonna spin this whole thing around a little bit.
Well, you got the number, so you know what I'm saying. You already know what time it is. You know what I'm saying. I can't wait for the set to get put together, brother. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. What was I saying about? Oh yeah, Coach Don Charles. You know what I'm saying. Acknowledging for sure, Blue. I already know. Don Charles, Coach Don Charles, basically saying that he understood how Daniel DuBois was getting hit way too much in those first couple rounds. So he needs to close that up, because I'm telling you, he gets hit with straight rights by Anthony Joshua, the way he was getting hit by Hrgovic. I don't care how much heart you got and how much of a beard you got, but there's only so much any grown man can take. Anthony Joshua is turning them rights over as of late. He is turning them rights over, bro. He is not playing with them right hands. The way he put Francis out of there, the way he got Francis out of there, listen, bro. And Francis ain't like this big challenge or nothing like that, but Francis got a beard on him. He's taking a lot of hard shots, kicks, elbows, punches, 4-ounce gloves. Listen, man, he could take a shot, man. And that boy went straight to sleep when Anthony hit him. So Anthony putting some sauce on there. Let me see here. James, my dream fight just now is Usyk versus Parker. Really? I think Parker's the only heavyweight with the tools to beat Usyk. Wow. Okay.
You know what? I was thinking that too. And I think we had this discussion before. You told me I was crazy. I literally said, I think Joseph Parker, I think he has a chance of beating him. Here's the problem I have with Joseph Parker beating him, though. I think Joseph Parker's problem is when Usyk starts getting combinations on him, because Usyk's very good at throwing these combos and boxing. You know what I mean? Does Joseph Parker know how to bail on that and switch it up and get back into his game of boxing? Because he boxes too, but he's not. He's more of a puncher boxer, where Usyk is more like a slick boxer, bro. Like it'd be tough, it'd be crazy.
Okay, I never thought of it, man. I got to put some thought into that, man. But you know, Joseph Parker is a good boxer. You know what I'm saying? He's a good boxer, and he's got Andy Lee in that corner. He's got a great trainer. Andy Lee's a great trainer. He's a student of Emmanuel. I was gonna say Emmanuel Lewis, but Emmanuel. What's his name? Rest in peace, man. I can't believe I'm Emmanuel Stewart. Yeah. He's a student of Emmanuel Stewart. Emmanuel Stewart's, I believe, last fighter was Andy Lee. So Parker got some good people in his corner. So yeah, maybe that would be a great fight between him and Usyk. We'll see how that. Maybe we'll get to see that. Usyk says he wants to keep fighting until he's 40. So we'll see. Let me see what we're reading here. Rick Top Warren, do you know the nemesis? What nemesis means? Eddie. Hello, I've never seen Frank so happy, for sure. That was another part of this fight that was amazing that Turkey Al-Sheikh brought to the table.
Cue cards.
Yeah, seeing Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn competing and you know, competing in the way they could compete, which is their matchmaking abilities. Like my ability to put a fighter up against your fighter, and I'm picking the best matchup. We got to give Frank Warren his props, bro. He swept Eddie Hearn Saturday night. He swept him. Every single Queensberry fighter went up there and showed out. Got to give him his respect. Got to give him his respect. I saw Echo said that Frank Warren wants to make a fight in China, do a show in China. I mean, I heard him say something about that, but I don't know. Do you think that's going to be a big show in China? Does Zhang got that pull in China?
I don't know. Is he from mainland China? That's the question. I mean, he must be, because he had the Chinese flag. He
repping him. He repped him in the Olympics too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he has a mainland flag, so I guess. But they're they're like sports and stuff is very militant and government. So I don't know if that'd be great. You'll have nothing. I don't know if that would work for the peak common folk. Because China's really their demographic. If you're looking at anything, will probably be like Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And that believe it or not, Hong Kong's like a free colony. So I don't know if that'll work in mainland.
Right. Lorenzo, I know, yeah, he did have the Klitschko, but I think Andy was like his last like acquisition is what I meant. The Andy Lee was like Emmanuel Stewart's last acquisition, like the last like you know what I mean? That's who he was working with. Usyk was crying like a hoe when DuBois hit him clean in the belly when he talks. For sure.
Yo, he was complaining when Tyson Fury punched him in the ribs and in the stomach with them uppercuts. Talking to the ref like, yo, he hit me low. He wasn't hitting him low. He was hurting that body, bro. Pause.
Listen, man. You know, Bernard Hopkins used to be one of those guys who he sold everything to the ref. Like everything that happened in the ring, he was selling wolf tickets. Like he was known for that. Like that boy would get hit and he would just start grabbing the back of his head and look like he about to cry and tell the ref he was hurt. Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. B-Hop
was the real WWE heel in the ring. He would do, like you said, he would do everything to get the ref's attention, and then somebody come up and hit the other guy with the steel chair. And then he'd go in there and just knock you out. Like B-Hop was, he was B-Hop used every tool, bro. He was on penitentiary rules, bro. Everything fucking counted, bro. All of it counted. It was your job to sell your fight, but I'm using every bit of leverage that I can get to make this uncomfortable for you so I get this win. So, you know what I mean? Usyk is sitting there getting punched in his stomach, and if he can convince the ref that it was a low blow, he gonna convince the ref it was a low blow, bro, and get that timeout. You know what I mean? That fight was definitely working China. Yeah, but it's not. China's not really as. Well, I got stuff out there from Usyk. I don't know. I have to see how the government is in China. I mean, how the economics is in China, because I don't know. I need somebody to really touch base with me with that. Well, I'll tell you this: China is going through like a little bit of a mini Great Depression right now. Their economy, they're going through some things out there, but they could all. That being said, they can use a big fight or a big event like this. I know you're not in China, you know what I mean? But if you got any things you can actually let us know, What does that look like? A fight in China with Zhang?
Who are you talking to?
Lorenzo.
Well, what Lorenzo said. Lorenzo's in Japan, ain't he?
Yeah, that's what I just said. But I'm saying he's on that side of the world. Maybe he has some. I know it's two different countries and two different establishments, but I think he might have some better input than us being over there. I just don't see it. I just don't see that market like being like available for pay-per-views or because it's going to be all military. I think it'll be all government rather.
I don't know. China got some big MMA fighters that are doing some big things right now in mixed martial arts.
In China, I think, or they're around the world?
No, they're around the world, but I'm saying they got a fan base.
My point is, they're talking about doing an event in China.
Right.
Doing an event in China, can the country sustain that? Is what I'm saying. Like, they don't have. It's not like a free country. It's still a communist country. There's a lot of things that has to go through to make this work. Is my point.
I mean, I don't know the answer to that question. You know what I'm saying? Right. What I am gonna say though is that they have a lot of combat athletes coming out of China. You know what I'm saying? There is a fan base for combat sports out there, a huge fan base.
I don't see it being as big as economically as AJ and Wembley. I told you it wouldn't be as big. Like for Zhang and I would think they could fight great in like Australia, great spot. You have a lot of Asian, Chinese move to Australia area, New Zealand and areas like that. That would be great to have a fight like that there, especially being that I mean, I don't know how they will feel to have an Englishman coming down there because I don't think Australia and England is still on the fritz of things. So that might be, I don't know. But yeah, but that could be
big name fights, a big name like Josh. Remember Pacquiao fought Brandon Rios over there. Yeah, what I'm saying is at the end of the day, I don't know about the politics over there and how that would affect the sporting events getting put on there. But I know China is huge, right? It has a huge population. And I know there's a big combat sport fan base out there. Combat sports in general, there's a big fan base. So them being able to generate, you know what I'm saying, a space or somewhere to facilitate a fight like that. I don't know if the government would get over involved with that or try to stop that, or I don't know exactly what that would look like, but I could promise you that there's a lot of fucking people in China. And if they can put it together, I could see it being a big showing. The question is who would be on the card and who would finance it. But yeah, James said the Chinese market's bigger than the Mexican market. I think China's market is huge, bro. Like per capita, like the amount of people out there. I don't know about how the politics would affect it. I definitely don't know that for sure. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Look what he said. I'm telling you, bro. It'll be all political. There's no. Look, Lorenzo's telling you, he's out there, bro. I'm not saying he's in China. Like I said, he's in Japan, but he knows. Like I'm pretty sure he has a familiarity with the area and how it works. The economy's in that area. It's not going to be what we think it would be, basically. Like Hong Kong, if they could stage it in Hong Kong, that may work. You know what I mean? Because they're independent. Or Thailand, but you know what I mean? That area might work, but not China. I don't think it works in China.
I don't know. We'll have to see. I think differently. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a big amount of money to come out there. I think if AJ and him were to go in China and do something like that, it'd be crazy. I don't necessarily think it would be bigger than it being in Wembley. I think Wembley's gonna be a bigger market. AJ's the bigger star. He has the bigger following. So I would expect it, but if Frank Warren wanted to make a fight happen in China, I could see it being pretty decent, having a decent showing. But you know, time will tell that story. Zhang loves eating Panda Express for sure. Echo says the government would support it. I agree, man. I agree. Okay. But so DuBois, Anthony Joshua, or Zhang, Anthony Joshua. Moving on to the next fight. And I also want to shout out Anthony Joshua on development. When you look at the Deontay Wilder situation and you see how much lack of development he's had, and you look at Anthony Joshua from the Andy Ruiz fight to present time Anthony Joshua, he really turned his whole entire shit around. He went from like not knowing himself, not being confident in himself, losing against Usyk twice, losing to Andy Ruiz, having to come back, won his titles back from Andy Ruiz, then losing to Alexander Usyk twice.
Yeah, that second fight was tight too. Pause
with Andy, right?
Right. No, with Usyk, I thought.
Salute, cheese.
He showed a better fight with Usyk the second one than the first one.
What?
I thought he showed a better fight with Usyk in the second one than the first one.
Oh, for sure. No, right. Anthony, he got better. He better. He was really disappointed in himself in that second fight. He was really disappointed in himself because he felt like he did the work. Like he really worked hard to get ready for that fight. Was boxing with Usyk, but just wasn't able to get over the top. Came home from Vegas, had to cop the works. Been here since the beginning of the pod. Great show so far. Thanks. Definitely, Cheese. Thank you for the support, man. For sure, man. Thank you, brother. Yeah, man. The journey that Joshua's been in since Andy Ruiz to present day now to finally coming with Ben Davidson, the amount of coaches he went through with Robert Garcia, and then going to Derek James, and then finally finding himself a home with Ben Davidson. And I really feel like that, like he's found his home with Ben Davidson, and they're working well together. I was watching Ben Davidson actually do a little commentary on the fight on that 5-on-5. He has a real good eye. He understands boxing like a motherfucker. Like he really is good at it. And I was hearing a couple of weeks ago that Devon Haney actually uses Ben Davidson, right? Did you hear that? That he uses Ben Davidson to analyze videos and analyze fights for him and give him game plans like, yo, this is what I've seen in the fight. Mm-hmm. Anthony Joshua's come a long way, and he shows how activity and resilience can manifest in your boxing career. He was one of the busiest fighters last year. So to be at this point right now to where he's the money man, where he's the last man standing, when you look at it for real, he's the guy again. AJ's the guy in the heavyweight division, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, Alexander Usyk is the pound-for-pound best fighter. He is the undisputed champion in the world. But AJ is the big fight right now. You know what I mean? That's available, should I say. You know what I'm saying? Because Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury tied up. Tyson Fury go ahead and beat Alexander Usyk on their rematch in October. There's a good chance they're going to rematch again. Right. So them boys is tied up with each other. You know what I'm saying? But AJ the guy. AJ the guy. Zhang guy's tank only has that E light on for sure. AJ hurt Usyk a few times in the second fight. 100%, Ross. I think AJ's definitely one of those.
He's game for beating Usyk. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. He showed up, man. You got to give him his props, bro. So now let's talk about Dimitri Bivol and the Malik Zinat for a minute. I thought that was a really good fight, man. I really thought that was a really good fight. What'd you think about that fight?
I thought we talked about it. I thought that was an eye opener. I don't think it showed. Here's what I tell you. This is what I like about the Bivol in this fight. Mm-hmm. There's a guy he took in on a last minute change, right? Not much time to really train for him,
right?
And he beat him conventionally, in my opinion. I think he showed up, he did what he had to do, and he stopped him. Now, a lot of people I've heard talking about, if he fight like this against Beterbiev, he ain't going to last. I don't think so. I mean, he was prepared for Beterbiev. Jeez, I can't say his name. But anyway, when he was preparing for him, guess what? He took another fight that was a similar, not even similar, like it's just a different style, but very aggressive. Mm-hmm. He beat him. And he stopped him. You know what I mean? He's like, yo, you want to hit hard? Watch this. And just flurried him. Blah, blah, blah. Yo, stopped him. Bro bounced to the ropes and was getting rocked and socked back and forth. The ref had to jump in. Like, yo, it was crazy. So I think he still has. I still think he's the better boxer, even though I think Beterbiev can hurt Bivol. I still think Bivol is the better boxer and sees more coming, and as he's punching in and out because he sets up stuff. But I think he can go into a dogfight with Beterbiev and put on a show. But that's how I take it. That's what I think. That led me to believe that.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. When you look at it from the sense that they were supposed to fight, right? Everybody wanted to see them fight, and they didn't fight. And there was an opportunity for, if Bivol gave like a real boring showing, it could have took some of the fire out of this fight, right? Bivol pretty much did his job and held the fire up. You know what I'm saying? Held the fire up for that fight and was like, that fight is still going to be an exciting fight. Echo said Bivol will use his pendulum footwork for sure. Bivol came out in that first round and look, like you said, last minute replacement, didn't really get a full camp to prepare for this guy. And Bivol had a choice to make. He could have boxed and just ran around the ring for 12 rounds and just won a decision pretty easily, right? But what he did, in my opinion, was he put that Beterbiev fight on his back. He said, Beterbiev, get your meniscus healed. I got this, bro. If I'm exciting tonight, and if I'm able to show out tonight in a dominating way, this fight is still alive. Because ain't nobody worried about what Beterbiev is going to do when he gets in that ring with him. Everybody knows what Beterbiev is coming to do. The man has a 100% knockout ratio. So we know what he's coming to do. The question is Bivol going to be a play it safe kind of fighter? Kind of like how they've tagged Devon Haney or Shakur Stevenson, or, you know, just with that energy of this guy's going to try to evade and stay away from Beterbiev the whole fight. He has no power. He hasn't knocked somebody out in over six fights. You know what I'm saying? Or 6 years. I don't know what the number is, if it's 9 fights in 6 years or however it goes, but he hasn't knocked somebody out in so long. He had an opportunity with Malik Zinad to say, you know what? This guy didn't prepare for me either, bro. And at the end of the day, I still got power in my hands. He went out in that first round and put that boy on his pockets first round. He made a clear statement first round about how this fight was going to go, and just stayed there with that high guard, walking him down, using that footwork like Charles Edward Cheese said, and dropping balls on that boy, was clipping him a lot. But shout out to Malik Zinad as well, because Malik Zinad did okay. He didn't go out. He wasn't out there. Look, Malik Zinad was like, I ain't out here to be no fool, bro. You better come with your A game. His jab was working. He was finding Bivol with that right hand. He was doing work in that fight. But Bivol just showed that, listen, bro, this is not your time. This is my time. And I'm not going to let nobody take the steam out of this fight. I'm going to keep Turkey interested in this fight. I'm going to keep the fans interested in this fight. Me and this dude going to fight October 12th. And y'all need to show up with this fight, because it's not just one guy who can knock somebody out in this fight. There's 2 guys in that ring who got that dog in them. I think he did a real great job, man. I really think Dimitri did a real good job in that fight. Really got my interest even more into the fight between him and Beterbiev. Back and forth, as I've been 50-50 with this fight. There's times when I think Bivol's going to win the fight, and there's time when I'll say, I think Beterbiev is just going to take it. Yo, right back to 50-50, man. 50-50, maybe even leaning towards Bivol a little bit more now than I was before the fight now, based on that performance with Malik Zinad. You know?
Good man. Smart move. That's where to put you.
Oh, you said because I went with Bivol?
I think that's the way to go, man.
Echo said he will catch him coming in by DRY, the lead. Okay. Bivol's footwork, wiggle is different. No doubt, G's. Champ Ross said it's hard to stay clean from Beterbiev for 12, though. Listen, Champ, I know it's hard to stay clean from him, but it doesn't look like Bivol's necessarily trying to stay clean from him. It looks like Bivol's like, yeah, he need to stay clean from me too, bro. You better not get hit. He better not get hit by me. I'm also a problem out here. I'll get him right.
Facts. Exactly right. How I hear it and how I see it.
He'll draw him in and counter. It will add weight to his punch. Okay, no doubt, Echo. Wait, Mr. Big Play, Ray, he said, who will Boots fight now? I'm a little confused.
Yeah, I sent you a link in a private chat if you ain't see what was going on.
Oh, shit. What happened? Probably hurt?
My bad. You can actually talk about that if you want. That's That's actually breaking news. We done got away from that, but yep. I said that a while, like an hour ago.
Oh, it's his eye. I knew that shit, dog. Was forced to withdraw from his IBF welterweight title fight against Ron Boots in July 13th in Philadelphia after he failed his pre-fight right eye exam.
Doctors won't let him fight.
Yeah, bro. I did not know that, man. I did not know that. Wow, bro. We got to talk about that. Who they going to put in there with Boots? I don't know. I mean, listen, man. It was
the undercard. You go look.
On the undercard, but we don't want to cancel. That's Boots' big show, man. That's Philadelphia. That's his big That's a big show for Boots, man. What about listen, man, July 13th? Is that too soon for Norman Jr.?
Why do you want this guy in the ring to get killed, man?
Listen, I don't want him to get killed. I'm just saying he's a great dancing partner. He got a belt right now, bro. He got that WBO title right now.
Well, here you go. You got Hackett and Dobson on the undercard. They can pull one of them up. I'm pretty sure. Why not?
Well, Hackett won't fight Boots. He got too much respect for Boots. He don't want to fight Boots.
Okay, well, you got Dobson
on it. And Dobson, no. Hell no. Main event for a fight like that, no.
That's where else you gonna find a fighter, bro? You gotta take him off your card, right?
Listen, no. That's not gonna work. It's either gonna be Norman Jr. or Stanionis. Bro. For that replace. That would make sense, I mean. That would make sense.
Stanionis ain't fighting. He had the opportunity multiple times.
Yeah, but you got Turkey ain't part of this, so Cheese, yes. Too soon. Yes, the Virgil.
About the rematch with Karen Chekajan.
Virgil Ortiz versus Boots. Virgil can't even make 154. He ain't making 147.
Right.
He can't even fight at 154.
Here's somebody that we haven't heard from in a while. Alexis Rocha.
They want to put him in there?
Nah. I told you who they need to get. Somebody need to find Speedy Rashidi Ellis, get his number, find out what he's been doing.
Rashidi just fought, didn't he? Didn't he just fight?
Who?
Rashidi Ellis, I think he just fought, man.
When?
Not a big card. I think he just fought like in the last month.
He must have fought on the undercard.
No, I think he fought on some bullshit. I don't want to say bullshit, but some like
somebody
Red Owl or like, you know what I mean?
Card. I ain't see him fight in a minute. Oh, you know who they can call? Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell? Boy, you playing games, man. Go ahead, man. Le'Veon walking around right here right now looking like a whole damn 190 pounds, bro, 185 pounds, bro. That boy ain't coming down to 147 to fight.
No, I think,
no, Le'Veon Bell. I just thought who you talking about, man. You talking about the football player?
Yeah, you know he.
Nah, bro, you doing the most. Nah, bro.
Conor Benn will work. Available.
If Conor want to do that last minute work with somebody like Boots, I don't know why he would. But
they're Philly though. Would they sanction that for Conor Benn? Because I know he's only sanctioned in certain parts of the country.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie's got money.
I hope they don't cancel that event, bro. I hope that event don't get canceled because of that, bro. That is his event. That's Philadelphia, Wells Fargo Center. He's been waiting on an opportunity like this, man. He can't win for nothing, man. Boo's got the worst luck, bro. He just can't get these fights to go through, bro. I know he's got to be a little discouraged right now. I feel like him and Bozy and that whole team got to be a little discouraged right now to hear something like
this.
At
least they tried to make the fight because I don't think they could have got that fight before. At least they got the paperwork signed. So let's see. Josh Taylor, no. David Avanesian,
no.
He's now ranked number 4. I don't know how.
Nah, man.
We got Barrios. Earl Spence is still ranked in the WBO. He's actually ranked in.
It's a big place that they can put AB out the event on Friday. No, the hell they won't.
Why would you put AB in the ring with that dude, bro? Like, don't he?
AB don't want no problems with no boots, man.
Bro, I don't know.
You don't want to run up in the ring with no boots without a full camp. First of all, you don't even want to play that game,
dude. Conor Walker. I don't know who that is.
I don't know, bro. We got to see how that works out for him, man. I feel bad for him. Echo, I said Stanionis too, but I think it's between Stanionis and Norman Jr. That's what I think. But I think unification, man. Unification. Eddie Hearn needs a
who got the belt? You talking about
Eddie Hearn got to deliver on this night, bro. This is his first event.
Hearn's got the belt. So who got the belt? You saying unification?
Stanionis has a WBC, right? Yeah, he got the WBC interim. They're just waiting on fucking Terrence Crawford to release.
Stanionis? Stanionis don't have the intern. He has the WBA. Barrios has
I'm sorry. Yes, Stanionis got the WBA. Who got the WBC? Barrios.
Barrios.
Yo, maybe Barrios. Maybe Mario.
I just said that to you.
My bad. I didn't hear. I wasn't paying attention.
I know because you was.
Maybe Barrios.
I say run it back with Karen Kakajan. See if he can knock him out.
Nah, bro. We ain't trying to hear none of that. I know this is the first event with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn has to deliver, man. Eddie Hearn has to be
Conor Benn. Or there's more.
What, Keith Thurman?
Keith don't want to fight Boots.
Keith ain't fighting Boots, bro.
I'm thinking they can just to get the fight going, have a catchweight fight with somebody from 154 at 150.
Yeah, Teach. Barrios fought when? Barrios just fought on the Canelo card, right? Mm-hmm. That was, when was that? That was Cinco de Mayo. That was May. So I was about a month. Yeah, May, June, July. Yeah, too soon.
His eye ain't stopped swelling yet.
And Norman just fought too. Norman just fought as well. But Norman got the heart to do some shit like that, but he did just fight.
Brian Norman's not that guy, bro.
It's not about him being that guy. It's about the fight happening.
It's gonna be, yeah, okay. Y'all just want this guy to sit on his pockets early. I say we bring somebody down for 154, like quality fighter.
Roscott Stanionis leaving 147. You heard?
Bro, they don't want to fight Boots, bro.
I feel bad for Boots, bro.
Listen, they'll fight. Here's the thing. I think a lot of these fighters will fight him at 154 that are top contenders at 147 or whatever, rather than fight him at 147. I think Danny Garcia's at like 160, bro. He ain't coming down to 147.
He ain't coming to 147. He might fight Boots at 154.
Right.
If he might do that, but he ain't doing no 147. But that would be a big fight in Philly for sure. In Philly, that'd be a big fight.
Yeah, well, can they pull Blair Cobb out? Blair Cobb's a Philly guy too.
True. Pull Blair Cobb out of the Adrian Broner fight.
I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm going to what they said at Conor Benn. It has to be Conor Benn.
Conor Benn.
Have to make that happen.
Boots can't be the new star 147 if he could just get a fight. It's just
if it ain't Conor Benn. Gotta be like Alex Rocha. Trying to think of names that they can probably make a fight with. Because a lot of these guys aren't going to fight him. Who is this guy? Let me see who this person is here. See what they look like. Oh, there you got 2 losses.
Yo, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, hit that thumbs up. Let's get the algorithm popping. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who they put him in the ring with, man. I'll be keeping my ears open. Let's see what happens with him. Wish the best to him. I really feel bad for Boots, man. Just bad luck for this guy in the past year. Horrible luck for him, man. Getting any fights put together. Whew. So shout out to Boots, man. Yo, leading into this next fight as well, there's rumors that now that Jared Anderson has no dance partner because Deontay Wilder just got beat up by Zhang, they're talking about putting Jarrell in there.
Jarrell Owens?
Jarrell Big Baby Miller versus Jared
Anderson.
Jared Anderson.
Big Baby versus Big Baby. Battle of the Crybabies.
Big battle for the Big Baby name. You know what I'm saying?
What happened in Tone Death?
Salute Tone Deaf. Yeah, they talking about Boots, man. Yeah, J Pitt said they trying to sabotage my boy. Ruiz pulled out. No, Teach. Ruiz did not pull out. But they're talking about pulling Jared up to fight Jared Anderson because of that Big Baby thing going on. Maybe bringing in somebody else. Jared Anderson said he'd rather fight Zhang. He liked to fight Zhang on that card. That's what Jared Anderson said. Echo says Anderson punches too wide. He does punch wide, but I think he does that because of the competition. But I don't know. Yeah, Teach. So basically, Deontay Wilder was supposed to fight Jared Anderson, teach on that August 3rd card. He's not going to be fighting on that card. So they're thinking about pulling Jared Miller up there and then looking for another fighter for Andy Ruiz. Rumor, once again, rumor, nothing factual, not at all.
This might be the fight right here. Go ahead, I'm listening to you, Clay. I'm just trying to...
You know what I'm saying? So that's what that looks like. Yeah, Anderson does punch kind of wide, Echo, but I think he does that because of the competition he's fighting against. I would think he'd fight Big Baby Mill a little bit differently, but who knows? Who knows? You know what I mean? Now we can get into some what do you think about that whole Virgil Ortiz Ryan Garcia fight? Ruiz versus Caballero would be nice. Whoa, Champ Ross, you talking crazy now. That would be a great fight. Andy Ruiz versus Ajit Caballero, great fight. That'd be a great fight. And that would leave Big Baby Miller right there for Anderson, for Jared Anderson to fight. That would be a great fight. Yeah, Echo, I feel you. Yeah, it's a habit. Yeah, I feel you. He's been doing this so long. Why would he change it in the biggest fight, right? People think they could do that. So, Echo, do you feel like that Jared salute to 2 Cents Boxing?
Salute, 2 Cents. I have your fire, but...
Yeah, Echo, you think that? So, do you think that Jared Ennis, that Jarrell Miller would get him? Is that what you think? You think Jarrell Miller would give him some problems? You think Derek Cuevas for who? For Andy?
No, for Boots. I told you I'm gonna find Boots a fighter. I know you move on. I'm just telling you.
I don't know. I gotta look him up.
Yeah. He said Bo or no?
No. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah. That's what I thought. I think Jared to get him out of there. I don't know who Derek Cuevas is. I haven't seen him fight yet. Is he good competition?
He's got 19 KOs, 27 victories, 1 loss by decision, and 1 draw.
Yeah, everybody was saying F.A. Jogba, Jogba versus Anderson a little while back. Yeah, I think that would be a great fight.
I want Machimov versus all of them.
It's food. 2 Cents says Boots cannot get a fight. It's crazy, man. It is horrible out here in these streets for Boots. 2 Cents. It is bad out here in these streets, man. I mean, I genuinely feel bad for Deron Boots Ennis. I'm just being wholeheartedly honest. Like when you think about, I heard him do an interview one time. I think it was Bozy saying that he lost like 4 fights this year. 4 fights that, yeah, we're going to do it. Nope, we're not going to do it. Word, y'all send the paperwork over? Nah, he can't do it. Oh, y'all sure this one right here, you sure? Oh, no, we're not doing that one. And then just to see this happening, it's almost like a conspiracy. I know Eddie Hearn got that pressure on him right now to do something, though. Eddie Hearn got to separate himself from the rest of the promoters right now, because I know Boots is like, man, this is PBC, Cameron Duncan, Showtime all over again, bruh. Don't let me find out that's what you plan on doing to me. It's really terrible. Hopefully Eddie can get him a fight for sure. 2 Cents, but it's starting to make me wonder why nobody wants to fight him. 2 Cents, listen, me and Ray Davis have been talking for a while about this. All the way last year, we were saying that man may have to go to 154. He may have to go to 154.
I had a big fight with over there in Candyland about this, and I actually won this debate. But you know what I mean. But I'm just letting you know, OG wasn't happy with me. Right.
So you know what I mean. At the end of the day, that he might need to go up to 154. Man, 147 just don't want to give this guy no kind of smoke. Shout out to Sean, man. Boots versus Virgil Ortiz would be a great fight, but I mean, are you talking about Boots going up
147? Even Virgil didn't want to fight him, bro. None of these guys wanted to fight him. I think, and to Sean's point though, I think, and standing on this audience, I think if they move to 154, they'll feel more comfortable fighting Boots when they're stronger, in that 147 where they feel depleted and they might have an opportunity of just getting rocked and beat. You know what I mean? That's just the way I see it.
Yeah, Virgil Ortiz, Sean, he's at 154 supposedly and hasn't even made the weight to fight at 154 yet. I don't know if you're talking about Boots going up to fight him at 154, but 147 is not going to happen for him. Now, Virgil Ortiz does need a dancing partner right now, being that Tim Tszyu, suffering that injury, hasn't healed up from that injury properly. If Boots wants to go up there to 154, I think that would be a great fight. He loses his big card, though. Boots loses the whole Philly card. They'd have to put somebody else on the top of the card. That was his coming out. You know what I mean? That was going to be like his big event for Boots. So I don't know how willing he's going to be to give up his card. As far as I believe 2 Cents was saying that would he find fights at 154? People don't want to find him at 147. Listen, you don't know unless you try. You make him available for both divisions, though. Make him available for 154 and 147 fights. That's more opportunities, more fights that he can, that more matchups that can be made up. And we need to get this guy busy again, 2 Cents. We got to get this guy activity up one way or another. So, yeah, I agree with you. Who knows if somebody wants to fight him at 154? But, I mean, what is he going to do? Continue to just sit here at 147, not get no fights? I mean, what are they going to do? Put a 45 to one of these 147-pounders head and walk them into the ring? And get your tail in this damn ring fight. I mean, what can you do? At some point, we got to make something happen. At some point, it's kind of Boots' fault because if people willing to fight with 54, he's the one refusing to move up. Hey, man, I hear you, 2 Cents. I definitely hear you. That's a fact. I hear you. I don't know if that's the case, but if he is refusing to go to 154,
what's up, Thomas Hill?
Thomas Hill,
brother. Oh, matter of fact, everybody, make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Spread the news. Let them know we live. Let's get these likes up. Let's get these supporters up so we can get to this bag.
For sure. That's a fact. Let me see. Sean said, but if he hopped on that card, he'll make money from Turkey. That's a fact, Sean. That's a fact, Sean. But once again, one thing I notice about Boots, he's like super legacy driven. Like this dude is super hyper focused on becoming undisputed on 147. I mean, I'm sure he likes money, but it looks like the legacy means more to him, man. He's been standing on this 147 soapbox for like the past 2 years. People have been asking him every other interview about him going to 154, about him taking other opportunities, and him and Bozy have stood fast on them wanting to unify that division and become undisputed in that division. So. Yeah, man, Turkey's definitely there with the money. Definitely should, you would think most fighters would be intrigued by it, but I don't know if Boots is driven by the same motivation as most fighters right now.
Right.
Yeah, he can still go back down. That's a fact. Yo, Sean, you preaching to the choir, brother. I hear you, bro. You know what I'm saying? He can go to 154, do some work, come back in 147. A whole lot of things can happen. But once again, Boots has got to be willing to do that. You know what I mean? Boots has got to be willing to do that. And once again, him leaving his card that he's going to be headlining in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center. This is a big deal to him. Is he going to be willing to leave that card to go fight on the undercard of a Terrence Crawford? I think it would make sense, by the way. Listen, in a perfect world, and maybe they're talking to him about this. In a perfect world, him fighting Virgil Ortiz at 154 because that fight between Virgil Ortiz and whoever they're going to fight is going to be for the mandatory for the winner between Terrence Crawford and Ismail Madrimov. That's what that fight is for. So we're looking at a way for Boots to get a shot at Terrence Crawford and for us to see the big fight, the big show. You know what I'm saying? It also puts him in the conversation of fighting the winner of Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundora as well. Not like Terrence Crawford and Ismail Madrimov's fight, but still it puts him in that conversation. So, I mean, listen, bro, the painting's on the wall, bro. Like, I can see exactly the vision on having Boots go over there at 154 and fighting Virgil Ortiz. But once again, Boots got to want to do it, bro. Boots got to want to do it, guys. Why he can't fight in both divisions? He's still young. 2 Cents. 2 Cents. You must not be seeing what Sean been saying the whole time. You must not see what Thomas Hill's been saying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, bro, he can go up to 154, box, come back to 147. There's a lot of opportunities and options for him. It's up to him though. At the end of the day, big drama show in my Triple G's voice. Yeah, Sean, the big drama show for sure. Boots got an avenue to be great. It seems like he's being stubborn. Man, 2 cents. I feel you.
And I said that. And it's some of his fan base too. Just let you know.
Yeah, well, people just like to be right. They're not even really fans of him, man. They're mostly haters.
Like,
haters.
I want to see the guy get the best out of his career. I just don't want to see him sitting in I mean, like the sword and the stone, staying at one division, waiting for somebody to just like, yo, I'm ready, and then he aged himself out waiting there, or because actually, I mean, Clay says it all the time. Activity is everything. You know what I mean? The more you sitting there, bro, you don't want to get knocked and clocked because you're just sitting around waiting for a fight. You know what I mean? Because you want to be stubborn and stay at a division when you can move up. And you already stated that you ain't a problem with moving up or moving down or whatever, right? Like I said, we good, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We gotta remember that. Like Boots can do that. Boots has the ability, like you said, he can go up and down. He can flex some of his muscles. You know what I mean? In different spots to get some of these big names. All his fighters that he wants to fight are at 154. That he wanted to fight. You know what I mean? And he still wants to fight. So he might as well go there and make a name for himself. Move from one. He already had a belt, right? He can get undisputed at 154. He can get undisputed at 168. I'm sorry, 160 and 168 if he feels it, because he could easily make all those weights. He can go up to light heavyweight easy. I'm sorry, light heavyweight 174, 75, and win and be dominant. He can. His skills will parallel him, and like I said, I think Boots can carry the weight and then still keep his skill set. So, and as far as Rashidi Ellis is in TLC Pro Boxing, which he has 7 fights this year or something like that. He's 7-0. I don't think he's fighting anymore. He fights in pro rank since what's the name? I was looking at that since he lost to I don't know why his name is what's his name? Roman Villa. So I was looking at it up while we was talking.
Yeah, that's when he fought before. That's how Villa got the fight with Boots. It was supposed to be Rashidi Ellis fighting Boots once he beat Roman Villa, but he lost his opportunity, and Roman Villa got the shot.
Right.
Yeah, man. Look, Boots has a lot of options, man. And yeah, activity is what it's all about. Now, I kind of got into it on other content spaces about this, even with the David Benavidez conversation, Boots Ennis conversation. You know what I mean? Obviously, Devon Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis. Just as far as opportunity is concerned,
that's true.
David Benavidez made the right choice and said, listen, man, I'm not waiting on Canelo. I'm not going to sit here in this division just collecting dust, just fighting a bunch of people for a mandatory spot I've already earned. If he's not going to give me the shot, I'm going to go to 175. I'm going to see what it looks like up there. Same thing with Boots. At some point, you're sitting at 147. It's been over a year since your last. Well, it'll be a year this coming July. You know what I'm saying? Since your last fight, every opportunity that looks like an opportunity from you has turned into shit. You know what I'm saying? Has turned into shit. Has just not ironed out. Here we go on your biggest show, July 13th, Wells Fargo Center. One of the first fighters in Philadelphia to fight in that center in the longest time, and somebody bails out on you again, man. At some point, that, like he said when he got into the deal with Eddie Hearn, he said the most important thing he's looking forward is activity. He said it himself. He's like, I just need to be active. I don't care who I fight. So if that's the case, then if your opportunity is at 154, listen, man, you can make the weight easily. So that's not an issue. Nobody's asking you to get out your comfort zone. If anything, I would think cutting that weight is a pain in the ass. To fight 147 at this point.
He can even get that dream match that he had in the amateurs and call up Antoine Russell
to come up to 154,
147.
Yeah, but Gary said he's not doing that. Gary said he want to clear out 140, and we come undisputed. He got asked about that already.
Again, this is the same thing we're talking about. So Boots wants to do the same. I mean, Antoine Russell, Gary wants to do the same thing that Boots wants to do.
Right.
But yet they want to fight each other, and they keep saying they want to fight in the pros. Here's this opportunity.
Well, they got to bite.
Like, there's a lot of parallels, but yet there's a lot of weird activity going on with people not wanting to fight. You need to call Turkey on the phone and get this fight going with somebody.
Throw the bag in there and see what they really are.
But, yeah.
I agree. Talk is expensive these days, for sure, Thomas. For sure. That's a fact. I agree with you. But we'll see what happens, man. Shout out to Boots. Man, bro. Once again, sad to hear that. Hope they figure something out. Hope Eddie can figure something out for him so they don't lose this whole entire card. And Gary on the 10 card too. Yup, he is. That's a fact.
That's a scratch. Told you we got to go with that.
Yeah, all the answers. Sway. I don't know, Thomas. Okay, who made your logo light? Off topic. I paid this company, bro, to do that shit, dog. You like that shit?
What is it?
He said he liked my little logo on the back.
Oh yeah. I got one for my photography thing too, but I don't use it here. I don't use it for my photography. But
he did, I believe, 2 cents. Turkey got answers. But yeah, man. Shout out to Boots, man. Hope that works out for him, man. Man, I hope that works out. That sucks to hear that. But you know how messed up it is? It doesn't surprise me. Like when I heard it,
Ben, bro.
I was like, damn, bro. I was hoping it didn't happen, but I'm not surprised that it did happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, I think they try to get Conor Ben to step in. They move him. Fight too close, though.
Yeah, bro. It's a couple of weeks. I mean, it's a month away. It's a little over a month away.
Who can you really get to step in at this time?
Yeah, Coach. Conor Ben, I say, is the most realistic because Conor Ben don't got choices. Right. He gotta kind of take what he gotta take what's in front of him. So I could see that fight being made. Everybody else, like Stanionis, I could see him being like, nah, bro, I want a full camp. I'm not fighting him with you know what I'm saying, no 3 weeks notice. I don't need to do that.
Or David Cuervas person. I'm telling you, David Cuervas.
Maybe.
Opportunity. Let me see who's the under. Who's David Cuervas under?
Yeah, coach said they need to replace him with Conor Ben if possible. Yeah. Crowley never wanted to fight. I didn't think he did, but when I saw him take it, I'm like, all right. When he made that big statement at that press conference, it was like, I took this fight. I could have took other fights. You know what I mean? I want to fight you. I was like, all right, Crowley. You know what I'm saying? Even Boots and Bozy was like, and we thank you, bro. We appreciate you. We know you didn't have to take the fight. I thought it was, after the press conference, I thought we had a fight, man. I don't know about you guys, but after the press conference, I thought we had a fight. I was like, all right, we got to fight. To hear this, man. Echo says Ben wouldn't be an easy fight. Listen, man, when you're fighting at this level, you're trying to unify belts and you're fighting the top guys, there ain't no easy fights. But one thing about Boots is he really believes he's the best in the world. He wants to fight the best. I mean, if Boots wanted to fight Terrence Crawford this whole time and he ain't worried about no damn Conor Ben. He'll fight the dog shit about a Conor Ben.
Right.
Ben cool, but he off them eggs though. Hey, bro, that's Ben's problem. Salute Mazuma TV in the building. Up right there. A failed octane isn't Crowley's fault. 100%. Mazuma completely out of his hands. That's something that a doctor decides. And once the doctor makes that decision, it is final. I agree with you 100%, Mazuma. 100%, man. We can't blame Crowley for it. Man. We shouldn't blame. Especially if the doctor pulled it. That's what the doctor decided to do, man. We can't do nothing about that.
You can't even get a second opinion on that. I think last time, I think it was Earl, they tried to get a second opinion. They're like, nope. Going with our doctors. Too risky.
No doubt. Thomas Hill, Mr. Big Play. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm looking in here, man. I don't see too many. Like I said, I think he got to move it to 154, bro. Or they're going to have to pay somebody to come from 140. That's one of the, like, Regis or somebody that's a older or outgrowing the division. Somebody who wanna bag
those waters. Regis said he didn't want to leave 140. I remember him saying that.
What else? Well, I'm just saying, like, who has to be somebody that has to move up that want to test those waters, bro, at 147.
Mazuma, they talking about Virgil. Virgil, it needs a dance partner, but Virgil, I mean, Mazuma, hold on a second. Mazuma, I'm gonna throw you this link right quick, bro. I actually want you to Mazuma, hit that link right quick because you actually have some I don't want to say hands-on experience, but you kind of know what's going on in that camp more than anybody else here. And I know you don't know that much more. I know you're not part of the camp, but I'm sure you have an opinion on it. Everybody's bringing up Virgil. Boots would have to go up to 154 to fight Virgil, in my opinion. I don't see Virgil cutting that weight to come down to 147. Virgil hasn't even fought at 154 yet, officially. He hasn't even done that yet. How willing is Boots willing to go at 154 right now?
And
at 154.
Hold on, Teach. He is on Turkey's card, but his fight with Zoo's not fighting him no more.
Yeah, Zoo got the injury, so he has nobody to dance with.
Right. So he's looking for a fighter.
You know what I mean? If Virgil sells the idea that that he's willing to fight anybody, that he's ready for the biggest fights. So, you know, I do think it would be a dangerous fight for Virgil, but at 147, I don't think it's happening. This is all going to be, once again, depending on Boots' willingness to go up to 154 and fight at 154 at this point. And if he fights at 154 and he wins, let's say he beats Virgil Ortiz, which is very likely, right? He beats Virgil Ortiz. He gets an opportunity now to fight the winner between Terrence Crawford and Ismail Madrimov. Does he go back to 147 and continue his waiting on fighters to fight him, or does he keep on moving with the journey in 154 and start just being like, you know, F it, bro. I'm gonna look to unify up here at 154.
That's what he should do. I think that's where he should be right now. He'll get more fights. Guys ain't gonna run from him, man. And by the time they start running for him, he'll already have 2 belts lined up. You know what I mean? It'll only be him fighting champions. Like, he can run through 4 or 5 fights at 154 before somebody really take him seriously. It's like, yo, this dude is really a threat at this weight division.
100%. 100%. You know what I mean? 100%, bro. I think 154 for Boots is Boots becomes active. He fights Terrence. He can fight Errol. He can fight Pandora. He can fight Charlo. He can fight.
That'd be a good fight. I would like to see him versus Charlo.
He can fight Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? He has so many fights up there just waiting on him to just just show who he is. That's between him and Bozy, though, man. I've asked the question so many times, I got to look annoying to them at this point. Every time I talk to Coach Rel over there, I'm asking him that question. He's just like, yo, I say the same thing, but yo, they want to unify at 147. They want undisputed at 147. That's what they want, bro. Like, he keeps saying that to me, like, that's what they want. It's just like, I know I'm annoying him. Every time I talk to that man, I bring this shit up. Every single time I talk to that man, I bring this shit up. And he's like, listen, man. They want that unification. They want undisputed at 147. And then they want to go to 154. I'm like, respect. What can you say? You know what I'm saying? What can you say? Just respect. Yo, respect, man. I wish him the best there, man. I know he can do it. I know if they fight him, he going to bust their shit. I know if they give him the opportunity, he going to take the 150. I know he going to take it. The 147, I'm saying, if they fight him, if all Stanionis fight him, if Brian Norman Jr. fights him, if Barrios fights him, if, you know what I'm saying, if all these dudes fight him, you know what I mean, he going to bust. I think he beats all those guys and becomes undisputed. But the question is, will they fight him? Thomas Hill said Castano, Ramos, Mendoza. Talk to him.
Right. Keep going. Lubin.
Keep going. You got Bakacheks, whatever his name is up there as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got what's the young bull's name? You said Erickson Lubin.
Xander Zayas.
Yeah.
Hooker. You got Cook. You got Josh Kelly. Jeez, bro. Metcalf. Kalen Wash. You got freaking shit. What was his name? You said Mendoza, right?
Yeah, Brian Mendoza for sure.
Right. All right. So you got Mendoza. You got freaking Ramos. You got freaking, oh man, like days and days and days of fights up there. Earl,
Right.
Terrence,
Sebastian
Fedora, right? Tim
Tzu.
Tszyu. You mentioned Tim Tszyu.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Virgil Ortiz. Guys that just like you just said Danny Garcia. He just moved up to 160. He ain't even have a fight there yet. So he's still
150. Big fights, man. What about the dude that beat Mendoza in his last fight? Bakacek, right? That's his name, Bakacek. That's what I was saying, Sean. Bakacek or was that his name? Bakacek?
Bayachek?
Yeah.
Bayachek.
Santillan. No, Santillan is at 147, isn't he? Yeah, he just fought Brian Norman.
Who? Santillini's, he at 147. He just lost to Brian Norman.
Yeah, that's the wind blowing behind Ray. Yeah, it looked like somebody creeping in the window behind him or something, man. Looked like somebody trying to run up on him. That curtain catching my the curtain behind. I was thinking the same thing. At first, I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on? Somebody opened the door?
No, it's the ghost of my house.
I was like, what is going on in the background, bro? Boyachuk or Boyachuk. Boyachuk?
Yeah, but I thought they called him Bayachek or something like that.
No doubt, Mazuma. Just let me know when you're ready. Yeah, man, so many opportunities up there at 154. And like Ray said, he's had the conversation on in Candyland. I've had the conversation myself in Candyland. I think that was part of the reason Candyland threw me off the plantation. You know what I'm saying? Was part of it was just my opinion on fighters moving around to make big fights, just moving around to make the biggest fights possible. And some people don't subscribe to that. They feel like, don't let somebody, they look at it as being chased out of the division or forced out of a division, and that's not fair. And I guess to a degree it can look like that, but look, man, it's the fighter's decision on what he's doing. So he's not being chased out, but he has a responsibility to his career to be active. He has, make money. You're a prize fighter. You don't get, it's kind of like truck driving. If the wheels ain't turning, ain't no money earning. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with boxing. If you ain't in the ring, you ain't making no money off boxing unless you got a gym or you got, some hot sauce you selling, or, you got some kind of brand deals out there that you're making money other ways. But, as a boxer, you would think that your priority would be staying busy for the money and for the legacy. And Boots doesn't look like he's getting any kind of love like that at 147. At 147, it doesn't look like that's a very easy thing for him to do. It looks very difficult for him to accomplish at 147. Something for him to consider. Coach says if AB gets stopped, the boxing world is going to go crazy. For sure. AB never been stopped. If Blair's able to pull that off, man.
He might.
Listen, man, I'm going with AB in this fight, man. I think he got I'm going with AB, man. I'm going with AB. I think that he's got Calvin Ford in the corner with him. I think he's training with Gervonta Tank Davis right now. I think he's in the gym where games ain't allowed. He's not playing no games in there. I think he's going to be in great shape. I think his motivation should be there. He wants to get back in a conversation. I think AB is going to be motivated, bro. I'm going with AB. I hear you, Jonathan 97. On paper, it looks like Blair should do it, but I'm going with AB. I think he shows up. Bro.
On paper, the last 6 fights of these dudes' career, man, both last 2 fights of their careers. Shows me Blair Cobb won't beat him up, bro.
That Flet won't or will?
Will. Blair
he should. That's what I said on paper. He should be.
No, in actuality. I mean, you could say paper.
Well, I'm just saying AB just hasn't been as committed as Blair as of late. Salute, my brother. It's Miss TV.
What up, Mark?
What up, y'all?
Chilling. What's good, family? How you living, man?
Oh man, I haven't been on live in a while because I've been sick, just trying to recover and shit like that. And by the time it hit around the time that I go live, I'll be exhausted. So I'm just taking my time coming back with it. You feel me? But everything well.
Late,
I'm feeling better than what I was last week, so that's what matters. So I'll be back on live probably tomorrow. Probably a little bit. I'll probably go on live after this one because I ain't got shit to do. So.
Okay, man. I'm glad to hear you feeling a little better. And you got. I know you're going late though for sure, and I know you work all day. Hardworking man, father, boxing trainer, doing lives. Your day just 24 hours just ain't enough for you, bro. They need to put an extra 2-3 hours in the day for you.
Yeah. 24 hours definitely ain't enough, but we do what we can with what we got. You know what I mean?
Nah, definitely. So listen, man, the news is on Philly right now, man. The news is on Philly right now.
Unfortunately.
Right, man. And it just seems like Boots can't win. Can't win for nothing. Like he just can't get he can't get nobody who's willing to follow through on that commitment. Well, I mean, not once again, Crowley has a real issue with his eye. The doctor said he can't fight. So we're not going to act like he pulled out the fight, but it just seems like a stream of bad luck when it comes to Boots Ennis getting that fight, man. And now the big show, Wells Fargo Center, he finally gets a card. He got a promoter behind him who has faith in him, gives him the big show. I heard tickets are selling like crazy. Everybody wants to see Boots perform, and this happens right now. What's the next move for Boots, man?
Well, I think and I agree with you in terms of like the series of unfortunate events that's been going on with Boots and stuff like that. It seemed like things was just going into positive when he signed with Eddie Hearn and stuff like that, and you know him being his own promoter, and he has a pretty stacked card as well, man. I don't know if people really notice because they're not from Philly, so they don't know like the fighters coming up in Philly, but he really did his thing on his promotional side in terms of packing on like a lot of Philadelphia talent, like Christian Cardo. He just signed his new up and coming kid named Dennis Thompson that I've seen in the amateur scene for a while, or at least heard of him. It's another person by the name of Ismail Muhammad that he's had for a few fights already. Extremely talented individual. You know what I'm saying? So they really doing their thing. So I'm excited to see that. But I think another thing that plays in his in his favor is time. How much time is it until Boots fight? He got like 5-6 weeks.
Yeah, but I'd say about a month and a week. Yeah, about like 5 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, about like 5 weeks. That's more than enough time to find somebody. But the thing is, he might have to sacrifice something. Maybe because of this, it might not be a title defense. You know what I'm saying? This might not be a title defense. It might be a situation like you said where he might have to move up to 154, and take on the challenge if he wants to have a big name for the Wells Fargo, because this is at the Wells Fargo Center, man. This is a big arena. This isn't like a local show or anything like that where you could just pick up somebody off the street who was like 4-22 and then just get it rocking. Nah, this is a big card. This is gonna be Boots' first like stadium fight in his hometown. So they wanted to be against somebody formidable. So who is it gonna be exactly? It's gonna have to be somebody who's either moving up in weight, or it's gonna have to be somebody he's gonna have to be the one moving up in weight, and his belt won't have to be on the line.
Right.
Another thing that we might have to look at is the IBF rankings at welterweight. Who's available? You know what I'm saying? I don't have a ranking list in front of me right now, so I can't really tell you. But
Ray was going through the list before. But I mean, how many fighters are willing? You know, when you look at the Stanionis's, you look at the Brian Norman Juniors, you look at obviously Crowley, but you look at, I mean, a lot of these guys just fought as well. Santillan just fought against Brian Norman. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's willing to fight Boots Ennis? People act like they don't want to fight Boots Ennis with a 3-month camp. Who's going to fight him with 4 weeks? You know what I'm saying? Who's willing to do that?
Yeah. I seen Stanionis just fought not too long ago.
Right. He just fought.
Definitely going to have to call him and see what he got going on, because, that Keith Thurman.
Right?
Yeah, I believe so. I think he was like, he opened Canelo's card.
Right.
But we're gonna have to see exactly what he got going on. Hopefully he ain't blow up too much in weight. Maybe they can make a call and see what's going on with him, because that Keith Thurman opportunity ain't there. I remember Stanionis was acting like he was gonna fight Boots, and then behind the scenes he ain't take the fight, and he went around Boots trying to get the Keith Thurman fight, and that card got pulled back in December.
Right.
So I remember that. So I wonder if he'll switch up the opinion now that Boots got the IBF title, and there might be a little bit more bread coming from Eddie Hearn and them to, get a fight going with Boots. You know what I'm saying? Brian Norman Jr., man. Brian Norman Jr., I'm going to just keep it 1,000. He's been at Boots' gym multiple times. He sparred Boots multiple times. Ain't no way he going to take that fight with Boots if he's smart.
Right.
Ain't no fucking way.
Right.
Boots was whooping that ass in that gym. But, Yeah, man, I see what you're saying. It is a difficult situation, but you know that's what the promoter is there for. Eddie Hearn, do what you got to do, my brother. Like, not everything gonna be on the positive. You gotta get some shit working behind the scenes. Pause. So, yeah, I mean, you could get these events going. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about the Conor Benn?
Conor Benn not taking that, man. Conor Benn, if you've been hearing what Conor Benn been talking about, man, the last thing he talking about is Jerron Ennis. He been real quiet about Jerron Ennis since Jerron Ennis signed with Matchroom.
Right.
He was talking greasy when Jerron Ennis was over at the PBC side and saying little stuff. But ever since he signed with Eddie Hearn, got that deal going, and you know, fighting Cody Crawley, you know, Conor Benn been staying to himself and been talking crazy to guys like Gervonta Davis, who's
Right.
nowhere near his weight class.
Right.
So, you know, that's what's going on with Conor Benn, man. I don't really care about anything Conor Benn got to say, but hey, you know, if he step up and he take the fight, salute to him, and I would love to see that.
For sure. What do you feel about this 154 thing we were talking about as far as just Boots at 147 period at this point? Like, how much longer should he sit here dealing with this 147, you know, getting these fights? I mean, should he take it as a message from Allah at this point? I mean, like, 154 is just so stacked with opportunities for him to do great things. Even on this August 3rd card coming up, he could fight. He can get up against Virgil. You know what I'm saying? 154 and being in the conversation of fighting the winner between Terrence and Ismail Madrimov, or maybe even getting in the conversation of fighting the winner between Sebastian Fundora and Errol Spence, and you know, he could, and everybody else. Tim Zoo's over there. You know what I mean? The Charlo's over there. I haven't heard from him, but he's over there. There's so many fights over there. You know what I mean? Erickson Lubin, just big fights that could be made up there. It seems like 147 just is like giving him all the spirits are just like working against him, like they don't want him at 147.
I mean, yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? And I think them guys was moving up from 140 to 147 not going to be too, you know, enthusiastic about facing Jerron Ennis either. So it is a lot of bad things going on with Jerron Ennis in the division. But, you know, I've had conversations with Boots multiple times. I spoke to Bozy multiple times because I speak to them about boxing every time I run into them. They asked me what's going on with me. I asked them what's going on with them. And Boots is really headstrong on that goal of ultimately becoming undisputed. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how much time that'll take. Maybe with Eddie Hearn, he could probably accelerate the situation. Maybe with Eddie Hearn being associated with Turki Al-Sheikh, maybe they could accelerate that process. But you know, if I'm Boots, I'm really looking at the 54 division. You know, maybe that's just me being an impatient person. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe that's just me just you know, just
not all of them
projecting into the future.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. Like, I'm really thinking about the 54 division because the 154 division been stacked. It's been hard for motherfuckers to keep belts in that division for a certain amount of time. So if Boots really wants to hit that superstar status like he wants to, if he wants to do historical things how he plans to, I think the step in the right direction is 154. I've been saying that for a while, and at 154, Boots is a huge welterweight. I'm 5'9". I fought at welterweight when I was competing, and Boots is significantly bigger than me, and I'm usually bigger than the average welterweight that I'm competing against. Mm-hmm. So Boots is a big welterweight. I think that he'll acclimate the 154 very well. And I think that he'll beat a majority of them guys in that division as well. I don't think anybody really has anything up there for him unless we talking about Crawford.
Right. It's going to be interesting to see this play out because, as I was telling Ray earlier, as messed up as it was when I heard, it didn't shock me, man. And I think that speaks for itself because it just didn't shock me that the fight didn't go through, right? Like, it's just like, it just makes sense with the way things have been going for Boots at 147. And I think when it gets to that point to where I'm not even shocked no more, you know what I'm saying? When I'm hearing the fight getting canceled and it's like, oh, okay. I think that says something towards just how long this has been going on. And you got to think that Bozy and Boots have got to be sitting down. And maybe even Eddie Hearns is sitting down with them at the same time, weighing out some like, guys, I know you guys want this, but I'm letting you know right now, I got big opportunities at 154. So many more I can give you at 154. You know, Turkey wants to line up that Boots Terrence Crawford fight as well. You know what I'm saying? So 154 is just right there. It's just right there. And I talked to Rel about it as well. And Rel said the same thing you said. Rel was like, yo, I've talked to him. They dead set on 147. They want those belts. They want those undisputed. They want that undisputed. They want to wrap that division up. So we'll see how it pans out.
What Rel you referring to, Clay?
Coach Rel with the dreads. Well, not with the braids. Sorry, with the braids.
Oh, you talking about Rasheem?
I guess. Yeah, I call him Rel.
Yeah, his name Rasheem Jefferson. Yeah, boxing Rel. Yeah, that's my guy.
Right.
All right, so I just threw in I don't know if y'all noticed in the private chat, I threw in the rankings when you was talking about who he got to fight in the private chat. The IBF rankings at 147.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's really crazy that there's nobody on that list that really stands out that wants to really go at him and fight him. I agree with everything y'all both said. I agree. You know, Clay, you already mentioned that I had a dispute with it, and I brought it up about 6 months ago that he should move up. Bro, 154 is where it's at for him, and like I said, he'll not only he'll be able to fight 5 top guys, because it's a lot of top guys up there, like at like the top 10. It's a lot of top fighters that he can easily take on without anybody questioning how tough they are. Before somebody even say, yo, I can beat this guy, or no, I don't want no trouble with this guy. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's a new division. They thinking of him as fresh, pardon me for saying this, no Diddy, but fresh meat. Bro, he coming up in our division? Oh, he think he gonna run it up here because he did it at 147? Yo, we got, you know what I mean? We got him. Bring him here. Let me test him first. I'm gonna test that chin. And that's how they're gonna be up there, you know what I mean? And everybody gonna do it for a while until he shows that he's a better fighter, or he does get tested, and it shows. But we have to see how it rocks, man.
Blue Angel tripping. Fanon ain't cooking nothing over here, boy.
Who? Fanon cooks this whole panel. Here.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Come see me.
Thank you for being a fan of Fanon. No doubt.
Yeah.
Tell him come see me. Watch how mad he get.
Appreciate it. I mean, last time I had a conversation with Fanon, he couldn't hear me on the speaker, so it's cool.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I'm
He got
ranking.
the fanatics fighting for him up in here. And
I'm looking at the rankings. This is a terrible ranking. They have to update this.
Yup.
Exactly. That's my point.
Santillin just lost to Norman, right?
Yup.
Right.
Okay, so he need to be X'd out. Earl Spence, he never going back to 47. He need to be X'd out. Jin Sasaki.
Nah.
Karen, he already beat him. Nobody's gonna pay to see that. Romain Vila, he been gone since Boots watched him. Harry Scarf, not familiar with that. Alexis Roca, maybe.
Yeah. See, I mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy that Josh Taylor's in the rankings and he's never fought at 47. Right?
They
Yeah,
probably
Tripping.
No, Josh never fought at 147. He just had his last fight against Cattle at 140. He ain't fought at 147 yet.
but they saying he ain't fighting at 40 no more.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's gonna be moving up. But
David
you just
Evanesian.
they ain't gonna pay for that.
Yeah, but Thomas, it's like Josh Taylor's like one of those fighters like who, he might be a big 140 pounder, but he a scrawny 147 pounder.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, that's why he ain't moved up.
Yeah, Boots
you don't do that. You
And
don't
like Mazuma said, they're not gonna pay for them fights. So it has to be opponents that would
They
generate pay.
best shot, based off of that ranking, they best shot is Roca.
Or
Best shot.
you heard what I said about
Best shot.
bringing Antoine up, but of course they can't do that now because he got a fight lined up.
Yeah.
Pay that money and bring him up. That's
Man,
all. I'm telling you,
I wouldn't be surprised if they try to sneak Thurman up in there.
Thurman bicep tour though, right?
Well, he's supposed to be healed up now.
He'll tear his calf
Right?
muscle.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, he can't fight. You're right about that. So then Ben would be something that people might pay to see.
Shit, I would.
I definitely would, especially the stuff he was talking.
That's a dope fight.
That pressure might
I
have
would like to see that fight. And then the only other option, like you said, was
David Corvus. Derek Cuevas, my bad. Cuevas.
We gotta see where Jin Sasaki at. See if he wants smoke.
Sasaki, I know them Asian fighters been having a way, but Virgil Ortiz makes sense that if he wouldn't move up and replace old Bull on the card, well, like you said, they want to stay at 47 because they want to get them through, because they know they're gonna get the belts. If they fight whoever they fight for the belts, they know they're gonna win. So you automatically got Undisputed lined up, and then you move up. And I know that's what they're trying to do. But the thing is the time that it will take for that to take place.
Right.
Right. Is 17-1 with 16 KOs. And he lost with a KO.
So for me, I mean, throwing like accolades to the side, man, I think the best work is at 54. You got too many opportunities out there. You can break in with some quality fighters, build yourself up, and then go after the belts.
100%. 100%. He got it's almost like played by ear. And oh man, bro. And it's bad enough that he got the way he got the IBF belt, and he can't even defend it. It's just been like a black cloud over him, man. He has an opportunity to really just, everybody always says, who's he fought? You know what I mean? They always want to throw shots at him about this email champion. But you go up there and fight Virgil Ortiz, man, that's going to shut a lot of that nonsense.
It definitely will shut. Definitely will shut people up, man, because Virgil been looking like a monster. Like every punch seems to land with like the Farad, like he throwing that damn hammer that Thor got.
Right.
Or whatever they call that, Milgenor. Yeah, he been hitting people's body and it's been exploding. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I think you said something that really makes sense and can increase the activity. He can jump up 54 and stay in the 47 division at the same time and parlay both of those divisions and try to get belts up, lined up. Because the time is going to take him for them to get off fights at 47. I mean, after what he did to Villa, and people can hate on who he fought, Villa is not no chump.
Nope.
Villa was hitting him with solid shots. And in the fight, you saw him break down.
Right.
I mean, the dude is special, man. And I think people, they know, man. That Villa dude wasn't no like easy task, and he made it look easy.
Made it and stopped him. Nobody else stopped him before.
Nobody. Talk about it, Clay. Nobody stopped.
Yeah. Stopped him in fashion, dominating fashion. He made it look like it was a show. He went in the Matrix
through Villa punches too.
That's what I'm saying, Mazuma. He was hitting him with the stuff that was taking Rashidi and breaking Rashidi down. He was walking through that stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks. And I've been a part of situations, especially in the pros, where like we looking for a replacement last minute. It's some of the most stressful shit that you could like deal with, especially we've done it, but we've gotten it done with less time. You know what I'm saying? Like a week notice, 2 weeks notice. Like Clay said, I believe it's 5 weeks. You know what I'm saying? But because Boots is such an avoided fighter, because a lot of people don't really want to take that chance or even give them that platform to like come up off of them, it's gonna be a difficult situation, man. But I think with it being a huge card, it being on it being a headline on DAZN, they definitely gonna find somebody. But is it gonna be somebody that we care to see him get in the ring with? You know what I'm saying? That's a completely different question. But for if I'm Boots or if I'm Eddie Hearn, man, I wouldn't really care about what the people saying. It's just, Boots been inactive as it is. So it's like, shit, whether the fans like it or we don't like it, we gotta step in the ring and Boots gotta feed his family, bro. Like I know that's a bit cliche, but motherfuckers gotta make their money and they gotta get their momentum going, cause like I said, Boots ain't fight since Villa. Like, come on, man.
It's like we got July, right? So
yeah, we can't be waiting too much longer.
Last June or July, whenever that fight was, it's going on a year, man. And Boots said it himself when he first got with Eddie Hearn. He said one of the things that attracted him going over there was the activity, was the ability to stay active. He said he didn't care no more. He just wanted to fight anybody at this point. He just wants the activity. You know how that goes. Mark. You know what I mean? Activity, lack of activity drains these fighters, bro. It kills that momentum.
Especially as you advance in age, bro. You gotta stay active. You gotta stay sharp.
Yeah, Boots in the prime years of his career, he can't be affording to sit around and wait. You know what I'm saying? It's a small window, man. Boxing is a small window.
So Mazuma, with that, do you believe that they actually do? I don't know where Benn's promotional company is. He part of the Matchroom team?
Benn is with Eddie Hearn, yeah.
Yeah. You think they go and reach out and make that fight?
I'm sure Eddie Hearn might get desperate and he might do it. But and at this point, I feel like Eddie Hearn really wouldn't mind cashing Conor Benn out for Boots. Just because he got a deal with Boots, and you know, it's not like Boots is somebody outside of his stable, because if he was, he's like, I'm not about to mess up my investment with a guy that I don't have under my promotional stable. But considering that Boots has a good deal set up with him, which is probably more lucrative than Conor Benn's situation, I'm sure that he wouldn't mind, you know, tossing Conor Benn his way, you know what I'm saying, and just getting him up out the picture. You feel what I'm saying? But it's Conor Benn's immediate team, his manager, his lawyers, his trainers, are they going to be approving of a fight against Ennis, who's one of the best fighters in the world, on 5 weeks' notice? Are they going to take that chance?
Yeah, that's a big ask too.
But at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to Conor Benn, because his trainers can advise against it, his lawyers can advise against it, his manager can advise against it, but who do they all work for? Him. So 100%. You know what I'm saying? So it's ultimately up to him whether he wants to do it or not.
Eddie Hearn might just have to put that pressure on Conor, like, listen, bro, you a damn, you know what I mean, in so many words, you a damn steroid cheat. Everybody, listen, I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. I can't get you a fight nowhere else, bro. Who else you going to fight? You need to be active. I got my new fighter who I just brought in the building, this is my first show with him, Wells Fargo. As many favors I've done for you. I done brought you to Vegas. I done did everything I could, even while everybody's telling me that I ain't shit for bringing you around. Bro, you might need to take this fight with Boots, bro. And you know what I mean? Put your best foot forward, bro. But this is a big fight.
And you can't even fight in your home country right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I can't even make the money off of you how I want to make money off of you, because you don't generate no money in the States. You're supposed to be making money in the UK, but since you a cheater and you don't want to go through the proper investigation, because in reality, when they do that thorough investigation, this is going to expose him for being a drug cheat. He don't want to deal with that. He don't want to ruin his image. You know what I'm saying? He already got a stain on his jacket. He don't want to, you know, intensify that, magnify it. So he running away from it. So Eddie Hearn probably looking at it like, yo, bro, you can't even fight in a home country that's supposed to like really like generate revenue for you, for us. You know, you keep dibbling and dabbling in the States, keep sneaking over to Florida and Vegas. All right, since you only allowed the fight here, this is the fight that makes the most sense. You got to fight this man in his hometown, Philadelphia, in the States. If not,
is what it is.
You're not going to be able to get no big fights.
And it's for a title?
For a title. Like, go for it.
With that. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I thought he was only allowed to fight for only one sanctioning title, which would be WBC. I thought he couldn't. I don't know. I thought he couldn't fight. Well, he is ranked though. It's weird because he's ranked in the IBF, and I thought he was only sanctioned for fights with the WBC. That's what I thought.
Oh, I never heard.
You might be right about that though, Ray. Damn, I hope not though.
Yeah, they were the only ones that were allowing him to fight in the States. That's why he came here.
Wait, did you say like Boots is an email champion?
Well, considerably, right?
I mean, he is.
That's what people saying. No, I know you're not saying it, but that's what people were saying, though.
They were saying in defense of what happened. If you're going to call one person that, you got to call him that the same way.
When he was trying to go at the one person that had the belt.
An email champ, bro. That's what they've been calling him. That's what they've been saying about him. Wow. And that's no disrespect to him. That's literally what they've been saying about him, bro. They saying he ain't
like he wanted to fight with Terrence. Like,
but you know what's funny though? You know what's so funny about that though? That if people them same people that are making them type of statements, you know, because most of them, most likely they never boxed before. But regardless, if they were boxers, if they were fighters, and they were at the top of a weight division, and they weren't getting opportunities from the elite guys, and they've been mandatory for a good amount of time, and you know you finally mandated to get this title shot against this guy who's holding this belt that you've been working hard to obtain. And all of a sudden, this dude is caught up in a rematch clause. Wouldn't you feel a way that you would have to sit there and wait for the rematch to happen so you could finally get your opportunity when the sanctioning body already said, yo, you got next, or no matter what, you got next?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So what they do is they strip Terrence Crawford because he's not able to fulfill his obligations as the IBF champion. And they tell Boots, yo, the belt is here. You know, you were the mandatory. He wasn't able to defend his title against you. We giving this belt to you. You know, you the IBF champion. I wonder how many people, the same people that's criticizing, I wonder if they will be the ones to turn that belt down. Would you turn that belt down?
No, somebody else gonna take it.
No, I remember the interview they did when the news happened. He said he really don't want the belt this way. He wanted to fight for it in the ring.
No fighter wants to just be given a belt. You want to fight for it. You want to beat the man for your title. But he's in a situation where he's not able to get the man for the title. So it's like, okay, let me just take that title and make a name and just make a name myself. He's gonna have to get it from the mud. His situation is different from a lot of people's.
You're right. And in the interview, he said that pretty much the same way. He said, yo, but I put in my work. I put myself in position for this fight, and I can't seem to get it for no reason.
Right.
So what am I to do? He's like, yo, what am I to do? I mean, they're giving me the belt because they know that I deserve a shot for the belt. And the person who has the belt don't want to fight me.
Yeah.
Man, it's just tough. It's tough that they call. I mean, and he's been vocally calling him out for like 2-3 years now.
Facts.
I don't understand, man. I don't understand people, bro. And like you said, you've been in the ring, but most of these people that be saying this stuff never been in the ring.
No, they just casual fans who are usually just talking some shit that they heard from another content creator. You know what I'm saying? They're just running around spreading it. They're not even. They don't even have no legs to stand. Because if you were to stand up to them and meet them, like, what are you talking about? They'd be like, yo, they probably bring us some dumb shit about Devon Haney and how he got a title, or you know what I mean. The email, when you look at Boots Ennis, eye test, the fights that he's had 2 IBF interim titles. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there waiting for an opportunity to fight Errol Spence, and then sitting there for an opportunity to fight Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford showing no interest in fighting him. The IBF is stripping Terrence Crawford because he's not. What is he supposed to do? He gonna take that title, bro. He can't even get fights without a title. At least with the title, he got some jewelry to bring to the table to be like, here's a reason for you to fight me. He can't get nobody to fight him. Nobody wants to fight him.
Yeah, and I agree. T. Spence should have been able to fight him first too, because he was the man, though.
Yeah, he's been waiting for a long time, man. To put that together. But you know how the space is, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 2 Cents said, why would Spence fight Boots then Crawford? Listen, I'm not saying he should have, you know what I mean? It's Spence's decision. It is what it is. But I'm just saying, as far as nobody can't say that Boots hasn't been trying to fight, you know what I'm saying, for that belt. You know what I'm saying? That Boots took this easy way out almost. Like when they say email champ, if you watch how Boots has been moving, he's been trying to fight everybody, bro. He's been trying to fight everybody. Everybody has their legitimate reason as to why they don't fight him, right? Like, oh man, I got this Spence fight to make undisputed, and that's what's up. And Boots even fell back and said, I understand them dudes got to fight each other, but then I got to fight the winner. But then what does Terrence say? Yo, I'm trying to go and do other things. Well, first of all, there's a rematch clause that he had to sit by there in honor. But after that, he's letting you know, I want to go ahead and make a move for Canelo. As crazy as anybody wants to say that it is, that's what he wanted to do. But bottom line, more than anything, what he's saying is, I ain't fighting no damn Boots Ennis, bro. That's not happening.
He's literally said that too.
Right.
Right.
So what is he supposed to do?
Yeah. And you know, I wanted to make this next point. I want to make this next point before I get up out of here, because I'm actually head out in a little bit.
Okay.
But what I'm gonna say is this, right? Everybody say how Boots don't fight nobody, right? Oh, he can't. His resume's trash. Blah blah blah. Well, if this man is the IBF welterweight champion of the world, and he hasn't fought anybody, and nobody's able to, step to the plate, and what does that say about the people that's around him? If he's out here calling people out continuously, none of these welterweight dudes could do an interview without a Jerron Ennis question being thrown their way. This man Brian Norman got an interim title.
Mm-hmm.
An interim title. And one of the first questions they asked him when he had that belt around his shoulder was, so what's the possibility of fighting Boots in the near future? He's not even a full-fledged champion yet, and you already trying to throw Boots his way. You feel what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford cannot do an interview anywhere without somebody bringing up Jerron Ennis.
Right.
You feel what I mean? But for somehow, some way, he's a nobody. I can't tell because the media stay talking about Jerron Ennis being possibly matched up with all of the top guys. So is he really this nobody that everybody's claiming him to be, or is he just this threat that nobody wants to take on at this point? If he's this guy who doesn't have that is unproven, and he hasn't fought anybody, blah blah blah, and he's been making it his mission to fight all of these guys, and these guys are all ignoring him. What does that say about the people around him? It just, bro, they pussy, bro.
Right.
That's what it is, bro. Y'all talking about Cody Crawley, one of them too. You know what I'm saying? They shot 300K his way. He said no the first time. You know what I'm saying? They had to give him a little bit more. Then he ain't had no other choice because even when they offered him more money, he tried to go the WBC route. But then when he seen that purse bid, then it had the numbers he liked. Then he spun the block and went right back around the Boots. That's what a lot of people not mentioning. So he only took Boots by default. You feel me?
Right.
So, I mean, that's the only reason why we was even talking about that fight. But, considering he probably got a rating problem or whatever, that fight chalk, man. It is what it is. But
that man
I wish
go
the best
see the
for Boots,
doctor.
man. I wish the best for Boots. I hope he gets the best opponent possible. Shit, I hope he get a better opponent than Crowley, whatever his name is. You feel me? Salute to everybody that's on the panel, man. Shout out to my boy Claymore. Shout out to my boy Ray.
CK Ray.
Wait. What's your name, champ? CK?
Oh.
No, wait, no.
Thomas
Hill.
You got it, Ray. You got Ray.
No, Ray's what it is. He just put CK. It's Ray.
Oh, all right. Thomas Hill?
Yeah.
Shout out to you, my brother. I appreciate the conversations you guys brought. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I'm gonna
get better, bro, because I know what you're going through. I got a chest cold myself.
Bro, that weather change up and just do you dirty, bro.
Yeah, bro. But, I hope you feel better. We still on for next week, right?
What's next week?
The Young Bull, man.
Yeah, my son's birthday. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Salute.
Yeah, for sure. But, all right, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here, man. Y'all have a blessed night.
Yeah, you be easy.
I'll let y'all.
Peace, bro.
Yeah, man. The Boots Ennis is going to be an interesting. We're going to watch it develop and see what happens for him. Like Mark was saying, man. 5 weeks, 5.5 weeks, however you want to look at it. It is enough time for somebody to make an adjustment and to find a replacement for him. But when you look at how hard it's been for people to take full camps on to fight him, who's really going to just jump out there and volunteer to fight him with 5 weeks on the card? There are opportunities for him at 154, but you heard it from Mark, and I've heard it from other people close to the camp. Boots wants that 147 division to get unified. He wants to be undisputed in that division. He's hyper focused on it. We just got to see what decision he's going to make and how he's going to move with it.
I agree.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
See how he carries it. But there was other things that was popping off that I wanted to politic a little bit about, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I got your list.
Yeah, what'd you say?
I got your list.
Yeah, I got a list over here, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't even know if I want to get into it. I might do it for the show tomorrow night, bro. Maybe tomorrow night we'll continue it and just kind of like, you know what I mean? I mean, obviously you got Pedgate. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, the Pedgate.
With Pedgate with Ryan Garcia and how that's turning out. I mean, Thomas Hill, how do you feel about the latest unraveling of events as far as the way these supplements were tested and contaminated, and the company coming out, basically Neutral Bio coming out saying that their supplements have been tested and they're clean? And I mean, at this point, I mean,
man.
It's just
a big old circus, man. It just won't stop. It won't stop. So many things from both sides too, man. It's like I heard an interview where my man said he got direct revelation from God that the test was going to come back failed. And then like 3 or 4 days later, the test come back failed. Then you got this man over here talking about, I'm happy I failed the test. And it's just, man, it's too much nonsense. Like if he's found guilty of cheating, then he needs to be punished. Period. Point blank.
Right.
I think and you know, it needs to be severe punishments. I think that what it should do is implore the sanctioning bodies and the people to I think they need to put together, and I've always maintained this, but they need to put together like a council or a body, a governing body to like watch over boxing in every single facet of boxing, from the way it's being scored, to the way it's being refereed, to the way it's being supplemented, to the way they select and store the gloves, to the way they score the fights. Like maybe they need to change vantage points. Maybe they need to pull them away from the ring, put them in somewhere where they can look at from like a screen or something like that. But they need to do a lot of things. You shouldn't be able to go to a conference and lobby for a higher place. You should have to fight for your place, because the ring is the ultimate tell of what's going down in the division. It happens in the ring, and I think we're taking too many events that happen outside the ring and making them more the story than what takes place in the ring. And I think that like if we can get some kind of body together, then we can get a system that makes it go universal. You can't just have it by region.
Right.
If they're fighting for the same belt, then they have to be minding the same rules, regulations. So you got to make the penalty stiff.
Right.
And, you know, if this is the case, because he was bragging on how much he made, we got to pull some of that money. You know, maybe you don't get, but maybe 10% of what you got in that pay. And then what happens with the people who lost money betting on it? See, it's so much that goes into play with this thing.
Well, can I touch in on that real quick, Thomas?
Yeah, you can, man.
You know where I would go on a normal basis, but I'm gonna keep it boxing, right? I can't really dictate and tell you that this fight was lost based on PEDs. We don't know that 100%.
We don't.
You know what I mean? But we did see actions and defense breakdowns and situations where Devon Haney put himself at risk of being hit.
Yeah.
So regardless of the PEDs or not, he probably still would have got hit with those shots. And could have still, you know what I mean? We don't know for sure, but he still could have probably got hit with those shots and still got dropped. We don't 100% know. We do know that that the PEDs were in use.
Yeah.
We know that for a fact.
That's
so
a fact.
I was trying to separate the two when it comes to this case of the PEDs to the event itself from the wins and loss. I mean, obviously you got to take his loss away because he did use it, but or not his loss, but his win
away.
His win.
Yes, no contest.
Loss. Yes, the win. Because what you did was you actually cheated. As far as it comes down to the fighters themselves, I mean, the performance was the performance, and you can't take that away from either fighter. I mean, they did what they did. They showed us what they had. So I don't really discredit Ryan for the way he hit Devon and even won the fight. I don't take that away from him. What I do take away, though, is that he did use steroids preparing for this fight, and that may have been the cause. He should be punished for that reason because he broke rules of boxing where you could have killed somebody in the ring. It didn't matter if it was Devon or anyone else. That's where the punishment should come in at. Like, bro, you're in a violent sport. You're in a sport where you're made to hit person violently. You're not made, but you're supposed to hit somebody violently. And by doing so, you doped up to get stronger to hit them harder. You know, that's the quote unquote. But to your point, I do understand what you're saying, and I think he should be punished.
He has to be. He has to be because I mean the theatrics after the fact that it's been come out and now he's carried himself like the whole time in this whole fight build up to the fight to after the fight, it's been nothing but theatrics.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a professional.
Right.
When you go in there, just a couple of weeks, 3 weeks ago, somebody passed away in the ring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You putting something in your system, knowing that it's giving you some form of advantage, whether it's to make weight when you ain't supposed to make weight, whether it's to do whatever it is, you're not supposed to be doing it.
So, another quick comparison. It doesn't have to do with steroids, but does have to do with cheating. Maybe we should look into this and take this into consideration as we're evaluating the steroid situation, or I don't want to say steroids, but the peg gate situation. When Margarito wrapped his hands and he beat who was it? Not only he beat two fighters, was it Shea Mosley and he really hurt Cotto.
Yeah.
But where Cotto was not the same fighter ever. Even when Cotto got his win back, he was not the same fighter. He took that guy's career away from him because he cheated. So when you look at things like that, this is where the result comes in of the beating. If we're gonna, because I see some people in the chat talking about, he lost. Okay, I never say he didn't lose, but the fact that you could change this dude's career, he may never be the same. You just took money out of his pocket regardless because you cheated. This guy may be in fear of everybody he fights again because of what they're testing with, what they're using, whatever. Mind games play a big factor. So we got to understand that, because Cotto was the same way. He didn't know who he was fighting no more, and those things happen, man. So at the end of the day, we have to acknowledge that cheating is, in a sport of violence, is not fair to anyone. It doesn't matter if it was what it was. And with Baumgardner, she was cleared. I don't know why. I don't know what the case was. I don't get into that whole I don't really do all that stuff either. And by the way, I'm trying to stay out of this really weird conversations with stuff. But it's media, it's talk. So I deal with it on a daily basis. But it is what it is.
Let me tap in just to say this, right? For me, it doesn't get as complicated. I don't feel. First of all, we have to understand that when it comes to these PEDs. And salute to 2 cents. I understand when you're saying it wasn't steroids, though, but we have to understand that also that there's a reason why these performance enhancement drugs, or SARMs, or whatever we want to call them, why they get the weight that they do. It's because although ostarine on its own and at a minimal level, like it's been shown on there, doesn't affect somebody's strength, the reality is the way that it's normally used is that it's stacked with something else, right? Now, you're right. So when you see the ostarine, it raises the red flag because the ostarine is there for a reason. If we're talking about using it for performance enhancement benefits, it's usually being stacked with something else, something anabolic, right? That's why they kind of noticed the nandrolone. They noticed the levels on that at first, but then they went ahead and ruled it out, and they were like, okay, it wasn't high levels. But let's look at it like this and understand that my man was using IVs as well, and that he there's a lot of other ways to mask PEDs being used. So once you see the ostarine in the system, it's not about that 6 nanograms affecting him and making him strong. It's about how much he could have been using and how much it got washed away through the IVs, and how much he could have masked that he could have masked of the PEDs being used. So nobody's ever going to know that. We will never actually know what Ryan Garcia was doing with the ostarine in his system, how much he really had at the height, what he was stacking it with, because he was taking he reasonably could have been taking the proper precautionary moves to mask what was happening in the system. The triggers and the red flags go up as soon as they see it, because they understand that it's a bigger it's a bigger picture to the whole conversation. We will never know what was actually in there. But if we're just going to stick to the rules of the game and understand what it is, there's no really any reason to defend Ryan Garcia or to fight for Ryan Garcia to get off on this. Other fighters have had less ostarine in the system and been suspended for 2 years. Ask Amir Khan, you know what I'm saying, who sat there and had 5 nanograms of ostarine in his system, and they suspended him for 2 years. Nobody's above the law. No one fighter is above the sport of boxing. What's good for the goose has got to be good for the gander. This is not about hating Ryan Garcia, or this is not about having so much love for Devon Haney. This is just about being straightforward across the board, so that that's not true, Sean. I'm sorry. I mean, but it's not. They're not allowed to use it. It's not just around the weigh-in. I mean, I don't want to bring up the rules right now, but it's not. At the end of the day, the rules are what the rules are. Let due process work itself out. Whatever the New York State Athletic Commission feels like pushing forward, let it be pushed forward. Me personally, I think it's just the boxing space in general's reaction to just really want to dismiss, you know what I'm saying, this thing with Ryan Garcia when so many shady things are coming out, rather than just being like, you know what, I don't know what happened. Let's see what they find out about it. If the man cheated, he deserves to be punished. If he didn't cheat and he's able to prove himself innocent, then he should be allowed to fight. And I'm more than happy to watch Ryan Garcia fight again. You know, but these conversations get kind of crazy because people want to start calling you fanatics of a Devon Haney. I don't even like Devon Haney like that. Like, he's cool. I'm saying he's a good boxer, but if you want to throw a jacket on me, I'm a Terrence Bud Crawford fan. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's just interesting to me how the space has just embraced. It looks like it doesn't even matter if he's done it or not. They just want him to get off just off the strength of Devon Haney potentially getting stopped or getting hurt or having a loss on his record. And they're more paranoid about this loss being taken away from Devon Haney than actually keeping the sport clean. You know what I mean? It just looks weird.
And that's ultimately what my concern is, keeping the sport clean and keeping it fair across the whole damn the world, man. Because if they're fighting for a belt, they need to fight by the same rules, the same regulations. Mm-hmm. And there needs to be somebody that's maintaining this. The sport itself, with all that money they're taking from these champions, they need to have this stuff in place.
I agree. Sean, okay, let's paint a picture of, let's be honest about the difference between Ryan Garcia and Alicia Baumgartner, right? Alicia Baumgartner sat there quietly and was like, listen, I appreciate all the support. I'm going to prove myself innocent. I've got my lawyers working on this. You know what I mean? Thank you for all my supporters. She was so respectful throughout the whole process of dealing with this thing. Then you got Ryan Garcia, who's talking about making a league where everybody can use steroids. You talk about him saying how he loves steroids. He has no remorse. He's making fun of antics, making fun of the system, making fun of everything, discrediting VADA, discrediting WADA, discrediting the whole system, connecting Victor Conte in different spots. There's a big difference here. Ryan Garcia's attention that he's getting in reference to these PEDs is because of Ryan Garcia. Nobody, I don't think that he would get as much attention if he would have just one simple thing. Guys, I don't cheat. I would never cheat. My lawyers are on it. They're going to prove my innocence. I appreciate the support. And that's it. It would have went away. Or if people would have still been on his top, I'd have been in agreement with you to be like, damn, you guys are really going in on him. But this dude has been trolling the whole entire boxing space, the system. From the beginning, he's been trolling it. Of course he's going to get the attention he's been getting. Come on, let's be honest.
Not to mention his family defending him on crazy
claims. The Victor Conte, the Bill Haney, trying to put Victor Conte as some sort of... Victor Conte, in my opinion, has nothing to do with this. This doesn't take away from what he's done in his past, but, bruh, this is a test that WADA has found something in your system. And now you have contaminated supplements, supposedly. Did Victor Conte sneak into your training camp and put... You know what I'm saying?
Tape it back up.
So just the reaching and all the antics that have gone into this has been a Ryan Garcia train, man. He just gets what he gets, bro. Yeah, he's going to get the attention. He wants to get the attention, in my opinion. I can't see how he doesn't want to get the attention by the way he's been acting. So there's a big difference between Ryan Garcia and Alicia Baumgartner as far as the attention. As far as if we're talking about how come Alicia didn't get her back kicked in the way Ryan seems to be getting his back kicked in, I think Ryan is on a straight publicity antic campaign to have his back kicked in so he can get the attention on social media.
And not to mention, Clay, how many times he changed his story about using, not using, having only a few, and now we found it contaminated. All his supplements. Never. I don't use supplements. I don't know where to get anything that would be like that. Only use a few supplements. Like all these things changed over the weeks. It's just always something new. It is.
And I agree with you, Sean. I don't take nothing he says seriously. Me personally, I know it sounds crazy. I don't really care. Like, I don't care. You want me to tell you my true opinion? I believe he's worth too much money in the game. They're going to find a way to just tap him on the back of his hand and get his ass back in that ring to make money with him. I don't think he's getting no 2-year ban. You know what I'm saying? Listen, bro. I'm not delusional.
Hey, you ain't. That's the truth as it's told. If he can make money, he gonna be in that ring because they gonna make money off of him.
Yeah, Sean. I mean, let's see how it plays out. Maybe it is contamination, but I'll be honest with you. And once again, I'm just being honest. It just seems weird and shady, bro. Like he had 2 separate supplements that pop with ostarine contamination. One of the companies being Neutral Bio, who's like super documented, tested their supplements. Who's ready? It sounds like they're damn near ready to go sue.
They're suing them. You
feel me? So you got one company who's saying that. I haven't heard anything from the amino acid company. The 2 supplements were introduced by Scooter, who's a conditioning coach who brought him in. So it just seems like all of a sudden Ryan Garcia's team's trying to like push it over onto Scooter, and Scooter got his lawyers involved in it at this point. If a Neutral Bio can prove that lot was clean, what are we going to say then? At that point, what are we going to say? That he just happened to get the only 2 supplements from 2 separate companies that have nothing to do with each other and have ostarine in it? Or are we going to start smelling some BS in the air? You know what I mean? It starts looking weird after a while. You know what I mean? Like, it just looks weird. You know what I mean? And I think people really want Ryan Garcia to be innocent, which I'm cool with that, right? Like, I want him to be innocent. There's a part of me that wants him to be innocent too, right? Like, I said there's a large part of me that wants him to be innocent. I don't want cheating going on in a sport like that. But after a while, we got to look at what we're seeing and just call it what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to just be honest about it. Like, when it starts looking like it, quacking like a duck, walking like a duck, it's waddling through the water like a duck. It might just be a duck. It might just be a duck. That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
I'll add one thing too, because Junior Spock said something that was definitely a fact. He said that back in the days in prize fight, there's a lot of people who were on steroids, but they weren't winning. And I always take that back to the baseball analogy, man. Like, there were people who were taking steroids in baseball and wasn't doing jack with it, just because they just wasn't skilled enough to do what some other people who were definitely skilled enough could do with it. 100%. But I remember Barry Bonds, man, barely hitting home runs. He still was a great player. Still hit for average. Still could field. But then the balls just started going out of the damn stadium. You know what I'm saying? He hitting balls in the ocean, bro. He launching stuff 500 some feet, man. And before he was hitting the ones that barely go over the fence. I mean, he was great before, so all it did was maximize his greatness. The skills that he was really great with, it intensified it. So it's more like an intensifier more so than anything. It ain't making you better, just making you more intense at what you're good at.
100%.
You're right, Bradley. You just walked in at a bad time, though. That's all.
We've been talking for 2.5 hours about nothing but boxing. We done talked about boots. We done talked about the whole 5-on-5 card. We done talked about the future of Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois, everybody, man. We've been talking nothing but boxing, bro.
Yeah, and it was because I came on. I ain't been on in a while, so they wanted my take.
Yeah,
and that's I agree, man. I just want it to be level all the way across. I want people to be accountable for what they do. And I want the boxing committees, the referees, the judges, and everybody else to be accountable for the things that they do that contribute to making boxing a place where people can die in the ring.
Right.
Yeah, man. Whatever, like I said, no boxer is bigger than the sport. Anybody can get it. You fucking around out here messing up, you need to be held to the rules. and we keep it simple as that. Salute Track Boxing out here. You saying all the boxing channels talk about the same thing for 2 months? You ain't lying, bro. I said that in the beginning of this whole entire thing. I'm like, we ain't talking about Javante, we ain't talking about Devin, we ain't talking about Ryan, but I did say we might talk about Ryan a little bit later just because of the development of the supplements being in question and them not being sealed. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? I would just like the boxing space, in my opinion, to leave it alone my damn self. Leave it alone. Let due process work itself out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to make excuses for Devon Haney. I don't need to make excuses for Devon Haney. Listen, Devon Haney made like north of 30 million, I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but brother, I'm not making over $30 million a year, so I don't give a shit what you're going through. You feel me? You'll be all right. You're gonna be okay. And no, Devon Haney don't need none of us to defend him. Ain't nobody defending them. If anything, we defending boxing, if anything. You know what I'm saying? But not Devin. Devin's all right, bro. He got paid a whole lot of money, bro. He's okay, bro. Pushing around that Maybach, that Virgil, whatever.
The only problem he'll ever have is if he fully believes that the reason why that fight went the way it was is because of steroids. And
that's for sure. I agree with you on that. And I said that to Ray Davis. They're actually putting a video together for this to say that, just to speak on that. Like, nah, Devin has some holes to patch up over there. You know what I'm saying? He has some decisions to make, how he's going to do his father as a trainer. He needs a permanent trainer over there, somebody who's going to stick with him for the rest of this trip, stop switching up all these trainers. He needs to potentially go up in weight and stop doing these extreme weight cuts. You know what I'm saying?
No, definitely more so than anything, because that's damaging to his brain, man.
Right.
Because the fluid got to come somewhere.
And his kidneys and his liver.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
It's taking a toll. I mean, he's young, but not that young.
Yeah, he got decisions to make. He has some conversations to make. He has bigger worries than Ryan Garcia right now. Ryan Garcia is the New York State Athletic Commission's problem right now. That's their problem. Ryan Garcia is no longer your problem no more, bro, because you're not fighting him. You're not rematching him. He's no longer a problem of yours. Your problem is what you going to do when Gary get up in there with you? What you going to do when Sabril get up in there with you? What you going to do when TO get up in there with you? Because them dudes think that they can hit you in your mouth and lay you out. So there's going to be way more aggressive, way more headhunting going on to get you in the ring. You need to prove to them and show them in the ring why they don't need to be headhunting you.
And that's if he can even make the weight.
Facts. And then you go up to 147. Let's say you go to 147, right? And you feel better there physically. You're not doing extreme weight cuts up there. Now you got to deal with the punches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
yeah, he got some serious questions and some holes, like you said. And I hope that, he's using this time to mend himself, bro. Because that was a physical fight right there. I mean, the way it transpired, the way, it took a toll on him mentally. Like it definitely something. I don't care to see him fight again this year. I think he should take as much time as necessary to go and make the decisions that he need to revamp and decide whether or not he want to compete in a weight class that he clearly cannot make.
Yeah, man, it makes him look real chinny, man. Like you said, that water leaves the brain, man. And I'm not saying that Ryan wouldn't have hurt him or knocked him out the same way, but I don't care, man. That weight cut had its part to play, and how big part to play. You know what I mean? How he was just getting hit and just falling and just having a hard time getting up.
Clay, Ray, y'all my guys, dog. He had him, and he was hitting him dead in his kidneys like 5-6 times, and it looked like they didn't infect Ryan.
Right.
Like those are clean shots.
Oh.
That man had no energy.
He had no energy.
I agree with you 100%, Thomas. I swear I agree with you 100%.
We was just talking about that, Clay.
I know.
We just talking about all that.
I know. I'm telling you, bro. Like it's he has a lot of holes and questions to for himself. So he said PEDs. Man, listen, man, he gonna have to prove it because not everybody's drinking out that Kool-Aid frequent. And when the next guy he gets in the ring with, that's why I said the Sandor Martin fight is the best fight for him. It's a fight that can recalibrate him, just get him back into who he is. And he has to just accept also what he can do well and what he does. He has to kind of like, I feel like there was an identity crisis going on in that fight with Ryan Garcia a little bit. Like this dude and his father would hit him with the brick. What brick? When was it a brick? When did you guys decide that he had a brick? When did this part of the game come in? He's at the biggest show of his life. You know, shout out to Mike Tyson. I think I say this every single show. You make sure you go home with who took you to the dance. When did Devon Haney start hitting people with bricks? Since Regis, was it the Regis fight? The bricks wasn't in his vocabulary before. He was a boxer. I didn't hear about the jab. That's what I wanted to hear. Get behind that jab. What happened to that jab? I want to hear.
Use the stick. Hit him with the brick. Like when he was fighting Loma, he was telling Loma hit Loma with the brick in the body.
I mean, whatever, bro. You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm not going. No defense. No, this is not defensive. This is not. I'm sorry if it sounds that way. I apologize. What I'm saying is,
you good, right? Go on and talk, baby boy.
No, that just.
I ain't hear that.
I'll just get that me now. Listen, that has been mentioned before. I even heard it in training.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying it ain't been mentioned before, and once again,
but he doesn't have it. No,
I didn't hear him say it. What I'm saying, this is the biggest show, right? You know Ryan Garcia's got that crazy left hook. You know he's coming for your head. He's already clipped you and already put you on your
5 seconds into the fight.
Why wasn't it like, yo, get behind that jab, move around that ring, you know what I'm saying? Win these rounds. Why was it continuously? It's all good. Make sure you just come over the top and hit him with the brick. Like I said, questions to be answered for them personally in their camp that they can figure out in their private conversations and their strategy and however they plan on coming up with it. But I know the boxing world is waiting on them answers. And they're not going to get them until the fight, until the next fight. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to get them to the next fight. We'll see how he is.
So you're saying that Sandor Martinez is the next fight for real?
Yeah.
That's what it seems to be.
For real?
Yeah, the WBC has put an order for them to start getting the purse bid, I think, for them to get the fight going.
Oh wow. It's a great fight. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's a great fight though.
Yeah, it's a good fight for Devon, man, because it's a fight where he has an opportunity to be who he's always been and what got him to this stage and get some confidence back in him. It's not going to be an easy fight because Sandor Martinez
not at all.
Right.
Sandor Martinez is no easy task.
Nah, it's a good fight for him. You know what I'm saying? It's just enough. It's probably the best fight that he can make in the division right now in comparison to his other options. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. That's a true statement.
You know what I mean? So we'll see how he does that. And you know what I mean? I think I'll be real with you. You know who's been campaigning to do that job? Mickey Bay. Mickey Bay really wants that head trainer position. He feels like
what happened between them and Bay? Because Bay used to always be in the camp.
No.
Right.
Nothing?
No. Yeah, I remember. Mickey Bay works with different fighters. And I know they you know what I mean? So he travels a lot. You know what I mean? He's still in the Vegas area, but he travels to DC a lot and works with fighters too. But I mean, that's no excuse. But I know he used to be with them on the rise. Like when Devon was actually getting knockouts and things of that nature, he was with them. I don't know what it was. Okay, Bay fell off or went his own direction. And because Bay's been working with Shakur, he's been working with Bud, he's been working with Keyshawn Davis. Like he worked with a lot of few fighters. I mean, outside of Devon, but he was, like you said, he was with that camp for a long time, like deep into that camp. And I don't know what happened either.
It's saving money. It's
like, cool.
It's DHP saving money, bro. That's what it is, bro. They bring the trainer in, they get work from him, then Bill thinks he can replicate it, and he doesn't need to bring him in the next time and pay them, and they're saving money. That's what they're doing, bro. And they're saving money, and then you don't see them there for the next 2 weeks. They brought Freddie Roach in right quick. Freddie did some pad work with him, messed around with him. Then you don't see Freddie no more. They need to find somebody who's going to stay, bro. They got to spend the money. They got to stop trying to save the money.
Right.
Spend the money. Put somebody on the payroll that's going to be there.
They make enough.
They definitely do, bro.
They make enough.
That way of maneuvering though is kind of dangerous, man. It's like you're up and coming preacher, and you got one of the preachers that's established notes, man, and you trying to go off their notes and preach a sermon.
Right.
You don't know.
That's what he's doing. That's like
that's exactly what you are.
Right, Tommy. He's bringing them in. He's watching them, and he feels like because he's found success in training Devon based off of what happened when he was in the gym with Floyd Sr., right? And he's like, man, I got Devon to this point. So now he's following this blueprint all the way through, and it's just based off of 200 grand, 100 grand, 150 grand. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Why give that to them when I could do that? I know what that is. I could do that with Devon. And then you find success. Yeah. Then you find success with it.
And it jade you. Yep, you're right. And it jade you. And that's what happened with them. They got jaded through the success they found taking that route with Cliff Notes.
Yep.
You can't be using Cliff Notes when the weight and the comp scales up. Them Cliff Notes, the tests get a little bit harder.
Yep.
The Mickey Freakies don't have all the answers. You ain't got all the answers, Sway.
Sometimes you got to pay and go to school, bro. Sometimes you got to pay for the course, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Boxing for dummies ain't going to get you through the biggest fights. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to just pay the bread and go and take your ass to class, bro, and wait and be there on time too, bro. Don't fail because of your attendance. You feel me?
That's a hell of a point. That's a hell of a point.
So those are decisions that Devon Haney and his team are going. Those are the conversations they should be having. I don't think they need to be caring about getting no damn win taken off their record, or let your lawyers handle that. If you hire the lawyers to do that, and I'm not accusing them of not doing that, because I haven't heard Devon really being extra vocal about it. You know what I mean? I heard his team speaking. I would like to think that Devon Haney's at his crib thinking about his future and having these conversations. Dad, I don't know if you need to be my head coach. I don't know, man. I'm thinking about bringing in XYZ. You know what I'm saying? See how we work out. I'm trying to get ready for these new challenges that I got coming on, for my fights that are happening tomorrow, not the fights that happened yesterday. We can let the lawyer get at it and get whatever he can get out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's his job. We're going to pay him his money. He's on his job. He'll let us know if he need anything else from us. But as far as our career is concerned, we need to be looking at tomorrow.
Great. But I agree with you, man. I fully agree with you.
So,
but I was thinking, was that fight to happen this year though?
I think
so.
I
haven't heard any dates. So I would think it would happen this year though.
Supposed to happen
that's awesome. Hopefully it's like later on down in.
It was talking September, October.
Oh, September? Yeah, that'd be a perfect time.
Yeah, let that fight happen, man. Get over this fight. Get past this fight. Get a win. Defend your title, because after that, Subriel looking at you, Gary Antoine looking at you. His fight coming up right now is to put him as a mandatory after Sandor Martin in the WBC conversation. You got Hitchens, you got Isak Cruz. If you want to unify there, you got people that'll punch your head off your shoulders, bro. If you ain't ready, bro.
And I already explained to you too. If he fights his mandatory, he won't have one for 18 months.
Gary won't be there. He don't have to fight Gary, but it looks like he's going to be interested in unifying. So he got to fight T.O. He got to fight Subriel. He got to fight Isak.
I like the T.O. fight.
As I'm saying, I don't think he's afraid of T.O. I don't think he's afraid of Sandor, and definitely not.
I don't think he's afraid of nobody. The question is,
no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think
he ready.
I think he could be ready for T.O. As far as Sandor, I think Sandor, if he boxes Sandor Martin, he beats him. If he boxes him, that we know. If he stands there and wants to be a shell of himself, and he gets this Deontay Wilder like flashback thing where you don't want to get hit, and I'm not saying that's what happened. That's my opinion. Again, I stated that earlier. Then guess what? It's going to be the same murder she wrote. Is that what they say?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Vice One said that for sure.
Right. So there you go. That's how I look at it. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So, hey, you had a great run, kid. Hang him up.
Yeah. Still going to be in the history books.
We're talking about Devin better not go to Tank fight next time. He might have to. If Tank gives him that opportunity to get that money, he might have to take that Tank fight. All the shit he's been talking to.
Take that Tank fight.
You gotta take it if it comes up with the table.
Smart, because Tank might take advantage of the moment.
Well, I mean, you got a Tank. If he's gonna fight him, he's gonna have to fight him in his next 2 fights.
Right.
Because I don't know how long Devin's gonna play around at 140. Bro, I honestly don't believe he should be fighting at 140. Like,
if he cuts the weight, Thomas, like he did with Regis, I think he's fine. When he cut weight with Regis, he was fine. It's the cutting that he did with Ryan, because I think he wanted to be stronger and he put on that muscle weight. He put extra muscle into this weight cut, and I think when he drained all that extra whatever. I mean, I think that's what hurts him. But again, I'm no chemist, no nutritionist, no doctor. I can't 100% say that. I just going by my opinion.
Yeah, I think that Devon is on a trajectory to go up no matter what.
Yeah,
Devon's always shown that he's on that trajectory. So in order for him to go up and compete at 147, to compete at 154, God forbid, you know what I'm saying, I don't know if that's how far he plans going up. He needs to start getting stronger. So you see him.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's talking about you see him doing his deadlifts. You see him doing squats and, you know what I'm saying, and doing all these things to get himself stronger. He's trying to get stronger because 140 is not going to be where he's going to be at. So that's why he needs to really consider just moving up in weight, because I don't think he should stop getting stronger. I think he needs to get stronger to fight at 147. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to balance that out. The weight cut is going to be harder than with Regis, because with Regis, he wasn't really trying to get that much stronger. Muscle's just hard to cut weight off of.
He did look good walking into that ring with Regis, man.
He looked real good on that fight. He shocked himself, I think. You know what I'm saying? He shocked himself. So, but, you know what I mean? I don't think whatever he was doing to get ready for the Ryan Garcia fight, as far as muscle generation is concerned, he has to continue doing that, because his destiny is 147.
Right.
His destiny is 147, maybe even 154. It's just going to be, if you can't balance that out, if you can't cut the weight in a healthy way at 140, you got to leave 140.
You got to, bro, because, man, I'm sorry. Just seeing just the difference in the two fights. I don't know the space of time, but you could see how much more it was difficult for him the second time around than it was the first time around to make that weight. He didn't even have the same physique walking into the ring the second time around. He looked a little bit bloated. Like he put on weight too fast or something like that. Or he took it off too fast and just put it back in. It just didn't sit well. That first time, my man looked like he was about to go out there and compete for Mr. Olympia.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, damn, he was yoked. I'm like, dude, this Mickey Freaky right here looking good had me checking myself like, dog, how you let this dude come out here look like this on you?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's funny? I'm gonna do you a great comparison. You're gonna tell me you agree. Earl Spence against Ugas and Earl Spence against Bud.
Facts.
Same situation.
Facts.
I agree.
Facts.
I agree. And that's a perfect example, in my opinion. Perfect, because Errol's somebody who I think stayed at 147 too long.
For way too long.
You know what I'm saying? He stayed there too long, bro. And that shit came and bit him and kicked him right in his ass, right in the middle of his ass crack when he fought against Terrence Crawford. That motherfucker had a horrible weight cut. You just seen it all over his face.
But see, Clay, that's the danger right there, because what I saw in the ring that night looked dangerous.
Yep.
Devin didn't look that bad at all, but that's what he could have been.
Mm-hmm.
And you have somebody just teeing off on you, and you can't do anything to move. You barely got enough energy to push some punches together. Man,
crazy.
I'm pretty sure he was dizzy.
I believe Errol had headaches for about a solid 2 weeks after that fight. Probably couldn't get out of his bed, bro.
Look. When we compared him, Clay, what was the answer? You was like, yo, he just got his ass whipped. And I said, no. The ass whipping was what Earl took. I said, he said, but he did get his ass kicked. What did I say? He get whipped. Well, I said something like that. But anyway, along those lines, I was like, there's a difference. He did get beat up, but he didn't get his ass whipped or something like that.
I agree. He definitely took a beating. Not like Errol, though. Errol got man.
Different. It was a different ass.
The only difference between well, I won't even say the difference between them, because Devin showed a whole lot of heart in that fight, bro. I got to give him his tap on that, because he got up after even the knockdowns they didn't call knockdowns. He was getting up. So I mean, Devin get mad respect for Hart, but man, that stuff that I saw Terrence put on Earl, man, that looked like the freaking I was watching the Matrix 5 or whichever Matrix Day series they stopped off of. Because my man was over there just looking at the punches come and just was like diving and seeing green light letters and circles flow above his eyelids, man. That stuff was amazing.
I'm telling you, Errol got beat so bad. I don't know what to expect from him when he fights Sebastian. Like he got beat so bad. I don't know if that fight changed him. If he's not, because who are you comparing? When you say Errol's going to beat Sebastian, are you talking about the Errol you know, or are you about the Errol you about to see? Because we don't know. That's how bad that ass whooping was from Terrence, bro. His head was just like he looked like he got stung by 1,000 bees, bro. Like he got really like Terrence was really putting them hands on that boy, bro. When that ref stopped that fight, I was just like in admiration of Errol standing there, like legs shaking, looking like he just needed to sit down. He looked like he needed to sit down, bro.
I'm about
like
to age myself. That nigga looked like a garbage pail kid, for real.
Yeah, he got beat up real bad. So, Ross Scott says Fundura's going to beat Spence. I'm telling you.
Spence my guy. Spence my guy, bro. I don't know what he couldn't do that day. I mean, when he walked into the ring, he didn't look right to me. I ain't going to even lie to you.
Look blue.
And then after the first round, when I saw Terrence didn't throw not one shot, he just sitting there catching everything. My cousin was like, "Oh, you look good this round." I said, "I don't know, man. He looking like he's stumbling over himself." And my man ain't even throw a punch. I think that as soon as he start throwing some punches, he gonna take advantage of some of these things that I'm looking at. And then the very next round, boy, the action just started to happen.
Listen, when Terrence pushed that boy off of him, I said, "Oh, it's over." I was here right now. He tell you, we were all watching. As soon as I seen,
that was telling.
Push him off. I said, "It's over." My son was like, "What are you talking about, Dad? We didn't even see nothing yet." I said, "Listen, man, that was the edge. That was the edge he was supposed to be bringing to the fight. That was the only thing that made me think that he was going to win the fight." Because I went into the fight knowing that Terrence was a better fighter. I'm like, he a better boxer, bro. What's going to be the difference maker is going to be the strength, his ability to hurt Terrence, to control Terrence, to put Terrence in a situation where he's in there with a super strong fighter. And when I saw Terrence push him off, like, "Get up off me," I was like, "Oh, it's a problem. It's going to be a problem."
Me and you said the same thing, I told my brother, I was like, I can't even believe what I just saw right there. I ain't never seen nobody do Earl like that.
Easy on the Earl talks.
I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be a bad night for him. Let's see what happens." And
sure track, that's my guy. That's my favorite boxer, bro. Right now, I was shocked, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was shocked. I could not believe what I was seeing. Like, I literally could not believe what I was seeing. But one thing I did see was no quit in that man. Extreme dog in him. Because he got up every single time. And somebody should have threw the damn towel.
Yo, speaking of that, right? And this is going to be I'm having a good time, so I don't care, bro. This is what I do this for, bro. I love having good boxing conversation. How much, because I didn't get your opinion really on this whole entire Deontay Wilder situation. And I'm speaking specific because we could talk about that all night, but specifically Malik Scott and Deontay Wilder, right? Watching Deontay Wilder do that spin, watching him do that, the pad drills and everything in the media workout. I mean, do you think it's safe to say that the worst mistake Deontay Wilder ever made in his whole career was getting rid of Mark Breland and replacing him with Malik Scott?
Absolute fact. Me, I want somebody that's gonna tell me when I'm messing up. I want somebody that's not gonna just sugarcoat the stuff just because, oh, I'm cool with this dude and he's paying me. I want somebody to have some accountability for themselves and for me in that ring, because I might not have it for me in that ring. And most fighters are like that in the ring. They rather go out on their shield.
Right.
And once that accountability, that connection that you got with your trainer, where it's like, yo, I'm looking out for your better interest, is gone, and we just gonna yes everything up, then you at your own disposal.
Right.
And I mean, we talking about a kid that, man, started boxing late, took on boxing because he needed money. He figured this was the best way to get it. Went on to become a champion, to get big time money because he was the biggest money maker in the sport. To you that progression can have an impact on you, man. And we found out, given his quote unquote, well, allegedly his family situation, that it had a hell of an impact on his man. He started feeling his own. Hey, roses was smelling like boo boo.
Yeah. Still smell like boo boo, bro. Still smell like boo boo. Man, listen, man. Malik Scott took what that man had. He didn't have a lot. He had a right hand and he had the heart to throw it. And he believed in himself. He had confidence. And Malik took that all away from him, man. Malik gave that boy false energy, false promises. When just watching Deontay, and I wish, like, my son he's flying to Florida on Thursday. He's in Jersey right now with his aunt, getting ready to fly to Florida for the summer. But he'll tell you, when I seen him do that spin a Rooney crap in the media workout, I said, he better be entertaining this crowd. He better be entertaining this crowd and having a good time, and he better be dancing. He better be dancing and having a good time. He better not do that during this fight.
Not do
that during this fight.
Rudy, bro.
Right. He was over there getting his Rolly Romero on, dog. What the fuck was he thinking about, man?
Crazy.
He was definitely doing the spin Rudy. He got the hand down, got on his knee.
Listen,
that's no respect for Zilly Zhang, dog.
Bro,
you doing stuff like that during media day. You're not really ready to get in there with Zilly Zhang.
No way, bro. I know Zelly was saying him like, I know he playing, and I don't even talk no English, but I'm gonna say this in English. I know he playing. He better not. Okay, let's see. That's what all right. Bet that. Do that.
My man Cheese said that ninja was watching anime.
Hold on. He went from doing it fast to getting hit and doing it in slow motion, though. That's what's crazy.
Hey, because that right had some umph to it.
Ooh, when he hit him, and you know what it was? That night, everything was so quiet. Like, the crowd wasn't crazy in there. Like, you heard all the coaches screaming in instructions. You heard all the punches hitting. So when that right hand hit him, you heard his body hit that canvas. It sounded like he got shot in there, bro. And he just laid down, bro.
Hey, you guys are my contemporaries, dog, so I know I can say this. You've probably seen the movie, too. You remember Popeye? The movie with the brother, who's that great actor, dog? I forget his name. Robin Williams, yeah. My man had that thing where he hit the spinach and then he hit your boy Brutus and spun him around.
Yes, sir.
My man hit with a spinner root. It hurt my soul to see that happen to Deontay Wilder because I remember what he was, man. And I don't really want to put it on Malik Scott, but he's a great person to he's the only thing that changed.
Right.
So it has to be him. I know it's also Deontay because Deontay's on board with the issue. But if Breland was in his corner, we wouldn't be seeing these types of matches looking to play out the way that they play out. It would be a greater game plan at point. They would have broke down their opponent a lot better and did stuff to cater to his strength and the opponent's weakness. I think they played in the Parker fight. They played into Parker's strengths. And Zilly Zhang fight, you know what he wants to do. You're playing right into his strength.
Right. 100%.
Look, and what I say, Clay, if we know Wilder, well, I only know the old Wilder. I mean, this is a figment of my imagination, what I just seen. But the Wilder I know, Zane was right there in front of him. And I was like, yo, this is the opportunity for Wilder to coach. Just knock him out. Like, you ain't got to do nothing but just hit him with what you've been doing. Man.
Yeah, but I thought I said the same thing going into the fight. I said Deontay, this is a fighter who's going to be there to be hit. And if Deontay can pull the trigger, he's there to be knocked out. The question is, and it always was, is he going to pull that trigger? Because he didn't pull the trigger with Joseph Parker. He didn't let them hands go. And he said that, listen, man, the old me is back, and the guy who wanted the body on the belt, and Turkey said he wanted to see the old me, so that's what I'm going to bring to the ring. He cut his hair and everything, said he was working on it. And then when I seen him in that media workout, I said, I think I got a video out when I said I didn't see nothing in that media workout to make me believe he's going to do nothing But I'm hoping that media workout was exactly that, because a lot of time in these media workouts, they just kind of like playing around in there. You know, Anthony Joshua did a media workout. And he brought a bunch of kids in the ring, the shadow box with him. Like, he didn't do nothing. He ain't show nothing. You know what I'm saying? But then he went and laid Francis Ngannou clean out. So I'm like, oh, maybe that's what it is. Nah, bro. He was on that same nonsense. He couldn't let them hands go. He wasn't putting the bad intentions behind those hands. And then when he finally got brushed across his nose and his eye, that boy said he tried to run away or something, looked at the referee like, yo, did you see that? And the referee like, do you see who's coming? Zhang on you.
Oh, that's another thing too, Clay. Like, I've only seen in the real ring, from my experiences, 2 people hit people with running punches. It was the fight. I forgot who it was, but it was a Mexican fighter versus Tim Tszyu, and I think it was right after the Harrison fight. Okay. And then it was this fight right here where he ran and threw a punch and knocked him out. Well, knocked him down. Like, when fighters allow stuff like that to happen, they clearly don't belong in the ring.
No, especially in the heavyweight division.
And for Wilder, my God, I got nothing but respect and love for that man. He did some amazing things in that ring, and what he accomplished, I don't think too many people could have.
Facts.
But when you letting people run across the ring and hitting you with punches, it's time to either shut it down or you doing exhibition fights from here on out.
Especially when they the Chinese George Foreman, bro.
Yo, you see Zhang was on his mission too.
Bro.
He got his big ass in motion.
He was in shape too. He was in decent shape.
Then he came into the ring like 212. Like, what are you thinking, man? That's cruiserweight. That's crazy.
Them legs were so skinny, it looked like it was like awkward to look at his legs. Like, it was just like, yo, them some skinny legs. Like, you got no legs under you.
Clay, but what you said was so key, man. He was in shape, and yet he was still over 70 pounds heavier.
Crazy. Because he came in the fight when he fought against Joseph Parker, he was like 292.
Yeah.
Probably damn near 300 pounds the night of the fight. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, bro, it didn't make no sense. Even them standing in the ring in front of each other when the bell went off, it was like, oh my God, bro. He is way bigger than you, bro. Like, this dude is a whole high school bully. He's a whole junior high school bully on you, bro. Like, he giving your lunch money, bro.
If he cuts about 20 more pounds, he'd be tough to ask for people, man.
Listen,
because he got to add some stamina to endure them later rounds. That's the only problem with him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I thought they would have put that in the game plan, but they clearly just did not do that. You know what I'm saying?
My bad.
I was gonna say if Deontay's gonna make a return back to fight anybody, man, Francis Ngannou, bro, go running with him, bro. Y'all both the hardest punches. You know what I mean? Do that. Get you a check. Get Francis Ngannou in there. Huh?
He'll lose that fight.
I hope not, but I'm just saying.
That's about it. That's looking at the way it's been going, I think he might lose that fight, bro.
He'll lose that fight.
I'm serious, man. At first, I didn't think so, but these last 2,
he'll lose that fight, bro. He ain't much right now he could beat in the heavyweight division. It ain't much.
Man, they got to be some Jake Paul type matches, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, Francis
side joints.
You're gonna get.
He need to go to the rail yard and pick up a couple guys and pay them a couple dollars to fight. They might beat him.
I say that with the utmost respect because I got nothing but respect for Deontay.
Right.
But
me too. I'm saying that's what I'm saying, bro. He needs just.
And like Rosquat said, I don't know if Zhang is like the world beater that he looked in the ring against him.
Zhang is just a fundamentally sound boxer, right? Like, he's not fast. He's not, he doesn't have nothing that special. Even his right hand's not that special. You know what I'm saying? But he's just somebody who's going to be in there with you, bro. You're not knocking him out. You're not getting him out your way. You're going, you know what I'm saying? If you fighting him, you're going to be in a fight until the fight is done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's responsible enough to not get hit with nothing stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of fighter. He's not going to get hit with nothing dumb. And if you let him clip you, he can sit you on your pockets, bro. Whoever you are, you can get sat on your pockets by him. So he's just like when he fights Anthony Joshua, which I believe is going to happen. I think DuBois is going to be the next fight, but I think him and Anthony eventually fight.
Who? Zhang?
Yeah.
Zhang Joshua next?
No,
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that.
I think it's DuBois or Joshua next.
Okay.
They haven't announced it, but I think that's the fight more likely that's probably going to happen.
But here's the kicker. Because I know you were saying it. Look, I know I said this jokingly earlier, but Zhang is literally the George Foreman of China. He fights just like George Foreman. He does have his skill sets. He's very, like you was describing, Clay. He's very sound, and he uses power. Like he's heavy handed. And he uses that weight well when he's punching these guys in the face. We have to acknowledge his boxing skills in that ring and where to move. You know, that he moves his upper extremities, you know, his head left and right off the line when he's punching. That's what we have to look at when it comes to Wilder, and I'm gonna go back to DuBois and Wilder. That's the fight that's going to happen. I told you earlier, that's the fight that's going to take place in Wimbledon, and it's going to be mega because. You know what I mean? I like the Zhang and AJ fight, but I just don't think it sells the same. I mean, like I said, it may sell somewhere in particular, but it doesn't sell like it would, like that fight would sell in England, DuBois and Wilder.
Right.
And if Tyson Fury wins his rematch, you line that up right there. You know what I mean? I know that
Tyson Fury wins his rematch, they're going to fight again.
Yeah, they'll fight again, but I'm just saying that still lines that up for Tyson Fury and the winner of that fight. If that happens, I mean, there's a lot going on there, bro.
Yeah, I think that that Joshua is going to probably fight DuBois. You know what I mean? I think England, it seems like England really wants it. It seems like Wembley, they already brought it up. They were talking about Wembley and 80,000 people. You know what I mean? They think that DuBois has sold the fight by his performance between Jarrell Big Baby Miller and then coming up and having that performance against Filip Hrgovic. They just feel like he's going to be a good fight for Anthony Joshua. Zhang, if anything, I would like to get Ajit Kabiel in the conversation somewhere. I would definitely like to get him in there somewhere. I don't know what Joseph Parker is looking at doing as well. I know Joseph Parker was out there that night. I don't know if he's looking at getting the winner. Listen, when it comes to Usyk and Tyson Fury, count them out for the next year, bro. For the next 365 days, don't count on fighting those guys. They're not there for you to fight unless Usyk beats Tyson Fury on the next fight, which is very possible. You know what I mean? But still, I still wouldn't even speak their names. Right now, Anthony Joshua is the biggest fight that any heavyweight can make in that division. Daniel DuBois, I'm sure, is gonna make his bid on that fight, and I'm sure Zhang is gonna make his bid on that fight. But only one of them can get it, and the other guy got to fight somebody else. And who's he gonna fight? Is it gonna be Joseph Parker?
There's your guy right there.
Or is it gonna be? I'd like to get Ajit. Like I said, I'd like to get Ajit Kabiel into the conversation. I wouldn't even mind watching Ajit fight Joseph Parker. But G. Cabiel's a beast, man. I like him.
It's all good, Thomas. He dropped off.
Oh, he did? I didn't even peep game.
He was like, it's bad. But that's see that right there? See who I put in that chat? He said, get off the flip phone. Yo, Bradley be killing people, bro. Like,
he's okay. I got him.
Killer, but no, I'm telling you, man. Mock it off, bro. Mock it off. That's
you talking about the Russian Mike Tyson, the guy who had G beat up.
He had the dude from Canada. I don't care. The Canadian Russian dude. Yes, the
guy that Ajit beat.
He only got one loss. That's it. Guess what?
Yeah, G. Cabiel stopped him with a body shot.
That's the only.
Who you want to see? You want to see Zhang fight against him?
Oh yeah, I think
that'd be a good fight. I agree,
bro. Yeah, you know what? We'll get to see the boxing skills of Zhang in that fight. We'll see how that handles because this dude is strong, bro. Like pause, like he.
Talking about the Mike Tyson dude?
Yeah,
he's strong, but he showed holes in his game.
Of course he did. He's just a big puncher, just like the guy he just fought, right? But this guy ain't afraid to punch and take some shots.
Huh? You talking about who? You talking about? You talking about Madrimov?
Yeah.
Yeah, he fought a G Caballero. That was his last fight. He lost that fight. He got stopped.
Nah, man, he just beat this dude up on.
Maybe I'm not talking about the same guy. Maybe it's not the same guy. Hold
on. Let me make sure I'm talking about the right person now, Clay. Don't get me all messed up here.
Makamudo. I like the same, but let's see.
Hold on, I might be looking at the wrong guy. Hold on. Pause. Man, nobody. Go to view.
I might be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, this dude just got stopped by IG. IG just stopped this dude, bro.
Hold on a second. I said it might be the wrong guy. Hold on.
Yeah.
Sure, we get the right person here. Yeah. This dude, yeah, bro. He literally just fought. Yeah, he got stopped, but I'm just saying.
By IG Caballero in his last fight.
He just fought the other day. Yo, he was punching dudes,
okay.
bro. Looked like he was clotheslining people, bro. Bret Hart all day. He was punching dude fell through the ropes. He got back up, punched him again, dude fell through. Yo, Zhang, I think is like in his. Zhang is what, Clay? He's like 40s or late 30s.
Zhang is 41 years old.
There you go.
Okay, so he just fought somebody. Okay, got you.
Yeah, he fought some dude from Serbia or something. Knocked his, and that dude was ranked. He was cleaning this clock, dog.
Nah, he's official. They call him the Russian Mike Tyson, bro. He's official, but even though this dude got only 4 knockouts, 27 wins, and he's been knocked out 3 times. No, he got 18 knockouts, sorry, but he's been knocked out 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he cool. You know what I'm saying? He all right. I'm saying he's straight. But at the end of the day, who you want to see him fight against? Zelly? I don't think Zelly should fight that guy.
I think that'd be a good fight.
I think it'd be a good fight, but what incentive does Zhang have to fight when he just got his name back into the conversation? This man just lost his WBO title to Joseph Parker, the interim title the other day. So, you know what I mean? He's now back in the conversation to fight one of those top guys. Well, I go back down here and fuck with this dude. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, Thomas. You sound like Clay. I ain't worried about what Anthony Hedges did or whatever, Gabriel, whatever his name is. We talking about what Zhang would do with him.
Zilly, I mean, it's safe to say, I think, you know what I mean? I think it's fair to say Zilly will sleep him. You know what I'm saying? So, but look, at the end of the day, what's the use? What's the use in fighting him? Like, he's really not, you know what I mean? Like, he's really not, as fans, we win to see a fight like that. But as far as a fighter's career is concerned, why I get in the ring with this dude? When I just fought, you know what I mean, just beat Deontay Wilder. I got a name right now. I'm big. Shut up, Siri. Say out my business. But why get no conversation like that when you just worked your ass off to get yourself back in the conversation with fighting the biggest dudes in the game? Why bring this dude up?
Just something fun. This is good for boxing, bro. You say what? You like you want to knock him out, right? Before you get to his ball rolling, right? No, that what we always talk about?
What you say?
Get him off the chessboard before you start winning and he becomes somebody.
He ain't on the chessboard. Magmar's not on the chessboard, bro.
He about to move in there. He about to move up. No, he in the rankings.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see where he's at. This thing is Russian Mike Tyson. I'm just saying that's what they were calling him. That's how I identify him. They've been calling him the Russian Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? That's what they were saying about him.
Go look how he put dude through the ropes a couple of times, bro.
Like, I mean, I'm sure it looks great the way he put that dude through the ropes. I'm sure it looks great, but that dude ain't nobody either.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
I'm just saying, like, it's not enough. If I'm Zhang or I'm his management, I'm like, yo, fuck that guy. We ain't doing him. Pause. You know what I'm saying? We ain't fighting him. We fighting. We trying to get either Joseph Parker again, the rematch with Joseph, or we trying to fight Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even Daniel Dubois. I will run in with Daniel Dubois. You know what I'm saying? Since Daniel got the big name right now, but I know it's going to be either you or Daniel Dubois who fights AJ. So I wouldn't plan on Daniel Dubois. I'd look at either Anthony Joshua, Joseph Parker,
it's a
Chinese George Foreman.
It is. He is. You know I'm right, frequent.
Yeah, Zhang and Zhang towards the end of his career. He's 41 years old, so he got to make his fights count. You don't want to be sitting there fighting nobody for no points no more, bro. I did everything I'm gonna do to get points now. Now I need to be either popping off and getting a belt, or put myself in position to get a belt, or I'm getting the hell up out of here, bro. I'm 41 years old. So we need to make
cameras, bro. You got my look. When I lean forward, it actually look like I'm connected to whoever this is. Like my head is this person, whoever this is here. It's not right, Clay. Set me up.
It is what it is. He said that's the oldest looking 41-year-old I might have ever seen. Yeah, he looked grown, but he out there spanking his son when he took Deontay out back in that yard and said that he asked that motherfucker to say it again.
He's spanking what?
Again. Now we outside. Let's go in the backyard. Say it again. Say it again. You bad? You bad, right? Say it again. Big George came out with the Foreman grill. Trust me.
Y'all had the Zhang Shababs.
Thomas said Barroso, anyone? Barroso for who? For Usyk?
Oh, man, no. You know who'd be a good fight for Barroso? They both had bad performances.
Rolly
destroy him. Anyway, next.
What are you talking about? Rolly almost got put to sleep by that boy, man.
Anyway, next. Who I'm talking about?
For Barroso?
Richardson Hitchens.
Y'all gonna stop playing with Richard, man. Y'all gonna stop playing.
I just said it'd be a good fight. I'm playing with him. Bro, he got played with. He should have lost.
Fury's done just like Wilder, truth be told. I don't think so, man. I don't think so, Ross. I don't think Fury's done, man. I think so. No, when your eyes roll up in the back of your head and you looking at the sky, it is a dome there. It's a problem, bro. There's a ceiling and you start seeing stars. Yeah, Pitbull and Barroso will be a good fight, bro. That'd be a good fight. But Pitbull getting ready to fight Ryo.
How was that a good fight?
That is a great fight. What are you talking about? Both them dudes is gonna stand in there.
Old Barroso? Oh, I'm thinking you're talking about Barbosa. My bad.
Barroso.
Barroso, yeah, he might beat Pitbull. He might be the most dangerous guy at 140. Because everybody gonna sleep on him because he looked like he Zhang age.
Scott said Zhang ain't no Foreman. Foreman would never say gay shit like I want to bang you. Come on, Ross Scott, give Zhang a pass, bro. The man don't know English, bro. He just trying to rock with the people that rocking with him, bro.
Ross Scott just being evil right now.
Ross Scott said he ain't saying no gay shit like that. Foreman would never say no gay shit like that.
Yeah, because he named all his kids George, even the girls.
Crazy. I don't know, but it's getting about that time. We're going on 4 hours, man.
It was fun, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was great talking boxing tonight for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all West Coast, Central, Midwest.
Yeah, thanks for shouting out. Hitting it. Coming into the building. We talked some boxing tonight. I wanted to talk about Errol Spence and Sebastian Fundora a little bit, but you know what I mean? And Errol Spence and his no tune-ups.
Always a blessing with 2 cents.
Yes.
Listen, guys, seriously, spread the word. Let's get over 1,000. Let's get this pot. You know what I mean? Clay got a little surprise for y'all. Let's keep it rolling.
We definitely do.
You know what I mean?
We definitely do, bro.
Let's keep it rolling. And let's push this channel, man. Let's get this up. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Man down, big fish, hashtags.
No doubt, Toussaint, no doubt. He might need a tune-up, though. I don't know if he should be taking that fight with Sebastian right now, but hey, man, it is what it is.
He seen something, bro. We see.
I don't know, man. Maybe he did.
Giant in the middle of the ring. That's what he sees. I'm being silly. Yo, I think he might. If Fedor lose, he going up to light heavyweight, bro. He gonna skip like all the divisions. Watch.
No doubt. Yo, guys, salute you to all you guys for stepping in the building. Hit the subscribe, hit the like button. We'll see you guys on the next time at this point.
I am big. I'm
out.
I am big. So, all right. Later.
Yeah.
They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. The second of losses, I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly. I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate.